15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo.
Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence. Join us on this journey to find the others. Because no matter where we find ourselves in this multiverse, the act of existing is all too familiar.
Guys? Is anybody out there? Hello?
The mushroom has a tremendous problem-solving ability.
Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
As we look across this great expanse and stare at the stars, we can't help but be reminded these lights, though we're seeing them all at the same time, happened across a multi-billion-year delta. Some of those fires burned millions of years ago, some billions, but all of them happened so we could experience them in this one singular moment.
They called us scouts. They called us seekers. They called us Hoosier. But we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Tell you about DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the dream. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Good morning, friends. Join us and start your day with a gentle meditation from Hoosier Sophisticate. Let us all remember, we are only as good as our last breath. Good morning. I want to remind you to not be driving while we do this meditation. Either sit or lie down, whatever is most comfortable for you, and close your eyes. Take a long, slow, deep breath in and slowly exhale. Feel any tension melting away as you gradually relax deeper with each breath. Take another long, slow, deep breath in and exhale. Feel yourself drifting into a state of deep relaxation. Continue to breathe slowly and gently as you bring your awareness to the top of your head. Picture a warm, loving, golden light spreading from the top of your head down to your toes. Feel your muscles relax as the light washes over you, surrounding and protecting you. Take a few more deep breaths and relax deeply. In this safe, relaxed state, reflect on all the things you're grateful for. Loved ones, breath in your lungs, sunshine, fresh air, the tasty dinner you had that evening, a nice compliment from a coworker, whatever comes to mind. As each gratitude appears, visualize yourself saying the words "thank you" to each. Picture the person you're grateful for standing in front of you. Tell them how grateful you are and why. Try to make the image and feeling as real as you can. Taste the delicious apple you ate for lunch and say thank you to it. If you're having a difficult time coming up with gratitudes, ask God, a higher power, or the highest part of yourself to reveal them to you. Now allow the feeling of deep gratitude to come into your body. Notice where in your body the feeling is. Take a few deep breaths and allow this feeling to expand. Enjoy the pleasant feeling gratitude gives you and feel it washing away your tension and negativity. You can remain in this relaxed state as long as you like. When you're ready, end this meditation with the following affirmation. Thank you for the many blessings I've been bestowed with. May these blessings multiply as I continue to notice and give thanks for them. Thank you, universe. Now wiggle your toes and fingers, open your eyes, and give yourself a few moments to adjust. Bring that feeling of gratitude with you as you go through your day.
Are you ready for your morning motivation? You can't do anything.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. Is this the part where I'm supposed to fire people up for their day?
Yeah, it is, bud. This is where you get fired up for the day.
Well then, if you're taking advice from me, you've got fucking problems, man. 'Cause I woke up eating shit.
You did?
Today.
Why?
Just straight. You ever one of those days you wake up and you're like, oh, what is it for? What is it all? What does it all mean, Basil? That's how I woke up this morning.
Fuck, I am motivated.
Are you? Because that was not the intention.
I am motivated now, bud.
That was not the intention of this little speech.
I like it.
Guys. Hold on a second.
Tell these filthy motherfuckers something, would you?
Guys, just when you think things are bad, they probably are. Lay in bed an extra 15 minutes, man. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, and that always helps. Laying in bed,
feel bad
sorry
about
for
that.
Yourself. Yeah.
Feel bad about that after you do that. And then start some sort of shitty chain reaction where nothing in life that brought you joy before brings you joy now. I'm going to say it right here, right now. Morning motivation. Destroy everything you love now. That way you never have to deal with any pain and heartache ever again. Are you ready? Woo! Are you ready? Are you ready for some football?
I haven't been ready for football since they let that fucking little greasy weasel take the league over.
Who? He's not a greasy little weasel. He's like a big strapping German.
There's nothing good about him.
Why?
The only thing good about him is the first 4 letters of his last name.
Yeah, that's good.
Everything else
It's clever.
is pure garbage.
Very clever. Very clever. But you're not going to get to me today, pal.
I know.
I'm in shitstorm mode, bud. So don't try.
So why are you feeling sorry for yourself today?
What
happened?
Shit.
What happened? You want to tell everybody?
No, nothing really. You just wake up some days and you're like,
I don't have.
I mean, we got a
I
lot
don't
of
think
shit
most people
going
have
on.
that. I don't think we relate to that. We do have a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I'm just, it's not that I'm letting it get to me. It's just, I live a very low key life. I don't want a lot going on. I don't. And I know the 7 people watching here every day are like, come on, Steve, get your shit together.
They are. No, they are.
Here's my problem.
They are. You
I
told me you were
imagined
going
us
to do
having
something.
thousands and thousands of viewers.
I don't know
every
why
day.
you would for this.
No, but you think like in the back of your head, like maybe we switch to mornings. Now I'm having one of those days too. Today, Steve, thank you for being honest.
We are always going to start the day off with Austin Powers coach Jennifer Barra because
already. What does it all mean?
it's a bit nutty.
Good morning, fam. Good morning, beautiful
What we got?
people.
Good morning, beautiful people. I love Zach Smith. I like him.
I don't know him well enough.
Generally care about him.
I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start really making people prove their worth.
Prove their
to
worth
me.
before you.
Because I go on every day. I just shouted out love every day. Guess what? Some of these people are complete assholes.
They deserve to be loved. Assholes deserve to be loved.
Some people love assholes.
I love
some
an
people
asshole.
don't.
I'm standing next to an asshole. I love every day.
No, Zach Smith's great, dude. I really enjoy chatting with that guy and him in VR. I'm a big fan. Their wrestling video.
Dude,
What was VR's then?
The one that got sent after.
What's
the fact.
VR? Virtual reality? McClanahan?
Virtual insanity.
No, virtual.
Yeah,
virtual insanity.
I don't know what
VR.
Big V. I don't know what Vernon's.
Vernon Raymond. Vernon
Probably.
Raymond.
Probably Vernon Raymond.
That's a strong name.
Shout out to you,
of a racist.
Asses Snave, having your yearly MRI today. See what's going on with your little brain, with your big brain.
With your little woman brain. That's cute.
Cute little woman brain.
I didn't think they would get sick.
Gonna run it through the machine. They're gonna see if there's anything they can do to save your little woman brain.
Well, the doctors came in.
Yeah,
and said,
Missy married an asshole on purpose.
Can't help it. You're not an asshole, man. You're great. You're so great all the time.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
an
have the
asshole at
capacity
all.
to be an asshole. bud.
I've never seen it.
Nope.
I don't think it
I'll
exists.
tell you who did. I'll tell you who did have who had the real capacity to be an asshole. The Ottoman Army. The Ottoman Army did.
Don't
Because
even. You're
Bundren
trying to
Property-
piss me off.
No,
even
Bundren
more.
Property Group gives us this day in history. And on this day in history in 1529, the Ottoman armies under Suleiman ended their siege of Vienna. Oh, they just headed back home, actually.
I call him Solomon.
Solomon. Solomon.
Our
Thibault.
country folk would go, Solomon!
So actually, I guess they did like an un-asshole thing on this day in history.
What'd they do?
They just went home. They just stopped fighting. They said, we're done. We're gonna go home now.
Well, listen, the Turks, Constantinople, all that stuff.
Yeah, I get it, man.
All those words. Sarajevo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
That's where World War I started, bud.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where Franz Ferdinand got shot. No one really liked Franz Ferdinand. He was a complete
from Austria, right?
Asshole. Yeah.
Archduke.
He went to visit Serbia to kind of parade.
And he catches one in the dome, huh?
Caught one. The guy who shot him has a really interesting name too. You should look.
I say, don't you know? You say you don't know.
I say,
take me out.
Take me out. Is that band's name an homage to Franz Ferdinand?
This guy is his name is
Gavrilo Princip. Gavrilo.
Why do they say his name is Serb Gavrilo?
Because I'm sure that's what those. When back in the day when you're like Craig of House Kohler and stuff like that.
I guess
there's probably
it says 19-year-old Bosnian Serb Gavrilo Princip. Now
he did it. He was all hopped up.
He was
weed. He smoked weed.
Went to a dare meeting.
I feel like killing
this Serbian officer.
If I had a nickel for every time I felt like killing a Serbian officer.
After
I smoked weed.
An Austrian archduke.
Yes.
After a Serbian.
After I smoked
After a
weed.
Serbian police officer told you the dangers of smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
If you had $1 for every time that happened.
There was a Serbian wolf who used to tell you to not do drugs. They have bears over there too. Not too many lions though.
But I think it's important. I think it's important to recognize that no matter how much good you want to do or be in the world, there are still things that make us feel shitty and make us feel bad. And sometimes there's just no stopping them. And this week has been a heavy one. This week's just been a heavy week on top of all of the new responsibilities, all of the new, just the whole new schedule and way of life. We got like the shittiest news we could have possibly gotten, over the course of the past week. And I was thinking about that. Last night. And I thought, we were talking about going down to Farmington and trying to squeeze this in. And this was after I worked late yesterday just to kind of balance all this. I'm maxed, right? Like I'm maxed out. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with, admitting or acknowledging, when you're maxed. And
I'm never maxed though.
You don't think so?
Yeah. But in here I'm not.
Oh, well, that's a different deal. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You can tell yourself, why do I even feel like this? This is silly. But there's still a spiritual toll tax having to be paid that is a part of your we always talk about homeostasis around here and what native hemp extract does for our physical homeostasis. But let's talk about, like what happens with our spiritual homeostasis. Oh,
Spirit Edition.
Oh, that's a Spirit Edition?
Spirit
We'll
Edition.
take that kind. Dennison, you've been holding out on me.
I'm an idiot. CBS. Cannabidiol Spirit.
Spirit 2. There is
Come get your medicine, little boy. God, you can really tilt your tongue back on.
Oh, my tongue is talented.
Your own uvula.
I can damn near hit my uvula.
What's up with that? Ooh-wee! What's up with that? What's up with that?
We're gonna rip every comedy thing's jokes. That's just what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. There is a spiritual tax to every. You came prepared today, bud. Because Jason doesn't keep any drinks in this joint.
I know. You can't get a fridge.
We're
soft open right now.
Soft open, Festus, Sweet Leaf and Festus. Guy came in yesterday. Was trying to figure out what kind of. Oh, that was 2 days ago. What kind of papers? What kind of cones do I want, man? Figure it out, pal. Get your cones. Get on.
Get on. You think I got
It's a soft open. It's a soft open. What are you doing? Get your cones and get out of here.
People, if you've come into the Festus Sweetleaf, you've gotten a story to at least tell your family. Like, God, I went to Sweetleaf. This guy came out with
twice you have gone to man the front of the store without clothes on. I mean, last time it was only shoes.
Yeah.
And you kind of walk and then you're like,
what? What?
Put your shoes on.
And then my back.
The other one, when you got your shirt off, you got a big flowy blonde wig.
That was for you because I was like, man, Craig will think this is funny.
If it was for me, it was appreciated.
Yeah. I was like, Craig will think this is funny.
I mean, I would do especially that. Since I heard just this gentle,
Linda,
nice little old lady,
Linda,
listen,
and I kept
she was
doing
like,
that to her.
Hello,
I know she is so sweet.
Hello, is anybody in here?
Sneaky sexy too. Real frail, but sneaky sexy. For real, I'll say it. I don't know. I'm not scared. I went to Sweetleaf and ended up with 2 dragon eggs. True story. That's totally a true story. That is so funny. That is an absolute true story. No, I'm feeling it today.
Okay.
And usually, I've built a nice little selfish life around myself where I can take care of my family, my kids, and then it's like, okay, the rest of the things can just kind of fuck off, I'm taking care of this. I want to help everybody, but I'm also a guy who's like, I'll help you, but let me help you from about right over here.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but I've tried to make an effort to get to know people more because, obviously, everyone's like, Steve, you have all the friends.
Yeah. You're like, that's only online. I only know 8 people.
Totally. And you can only really get to know and hang out with,
Keep your circle small, kid.
You can only really get to know a few amount of people. Really, like there was an article or something about best friends, a meme, an article. I read an article. Oh, it was a meme, Steve. Oh, yeah, same diff. This was in a journal. But about friends, like in best friends, was always like, this is my best friend. Well, I was in a 3-way thing with 2 best friends.
Dude, I've had a bunch of best friends. Me too.
Yeah, best friend going. We even made a joke about it.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings because I know the struggle of like having to
be my friend.
Name a best friend. Just name.
You get it too. You get it too.
Yeah, I got too many best friends. I love my friends wholly.
I've tried to challenge myself to really get to know people more and kind of put myself out there. Kind of, hey, I'm here for it. A couple problems with that. One, I genuinely don't care what a lot of people have to say in my heart of hearts. That's a problem. I'll admit that. Sometimes I'm like, oh, God. Oh. Some people, you're like, I like them. I like this person. I should like them more. But then there's like a weird kind of, you never really feel comfortable around them. Like you ever get that? Some people you're like, it's like a tough energy to be around.
No, yeah. I mean,
and you're like, no, that should be a pretty easy energy to get around.
No, that person is genuinely good, but for some reason we're just not vibing.
Yeah, I'm just not.
We're just not vibing. Someone get some D batteries.
Doing one of these. Ooh, wee. So lately I feel shitty because once you start putting yourself out there a little more and you want to, I start personally, I want to put myself out there more, but then I start to get down on myself for not being as there as I could be. It's like, well, which way do you want it, bud? Do you want to try your best and shit on yourself at the same time? I guess. Sometimes my inner coach becomes an inner critic, or my inner coach goes into, 1970s football coach guy who's like, you're a piece of human garbage. Either get on the field or get off, And I'm like, and I've always been a guy who's kind of taken to the coaches who are like, hey, good job, bud. Maybe if we do this, we could do a little better. I'm like, okay.
I like the ones that balanced it. That
yes, when they can get
ass, and then after the game, like put their arm around you and be like, "Hey, you left it all."
I never really had the ones who were assholes.
My head coach
were assholes.
Coach Thompson was the best about that.
Really, that's pretty good.
He could get the most out of you. He really
destroy
had that.
you
He really
and
had
then
that.
build you back up.
He really had that disappointed dad thing down. Where the disappointed dad that every now and then is just.
Oh, you mean for me just dad?
There you go. Yeah, and maybe twofold there. Maybe dad and Randy. Maybe both.
Dads.
My football coach had that down. He could raise his voice every now and then, but for the most part, he'd be like, he'd have to talk to you like, what was it, Christopher Darden, the dude that was like cross-examining O.J. Simpson.
Oh,
remember how calm he was? He's just
kind of thinking about like, this
like
is,
I'm trying to see if am I the only person?
Yeah. Help me understand.
Yeah. He'd kick you in the ass. He'd call, kiss my big ass, is what he'd say. Kiss my big ass. Don't you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not kissing your big ass, coach. He's like, no, really. Kiss my big
Okay.
Coach Thompson was the best coach.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
He did not care about personal space, though. I feel like this is how our friendship ends. It's weird that Adam Bunder would say that, considering we were never friends.
Well, it'll make for a good this day in history next year.
Yeah, this day. Hey, Bud, you missed one yesterday, and my dad called me to call you out on it.
Listen,
Bud.
George,
he called me.
I'm a little upset. I'm definitely upset with myself. I'm a little upset with George for not just letting me know. George, what are you doing?
He had faith in you that you would get
Look,
it.
we got a busted program here. Alan AI talks about jizz. He's not pumping me baseball memories. Although if I would have went through my own Facebook timeline, I'm sure I would have found it in there.
Well, maybe you trust yourself a little bit.
I should probably trust myself. Guys, yesterday on This Day in History, brought to you by Property Bundren Group, which is kind of like Bundren Property Group, except they don't sell houses as well or buy houses as well as Bundren Property.
Yeah, they suck.
They're just a little, don't really have their shit together, a little disheveled. Guys, Bundren Property Group, This Day in History, yesterday was when Smith corks one down the line.
It could go, or it might be. What does he say?
Smith corks one down the line. Now you fucked me all
Might
up.
be. It's something like that. Go crazy, folks.
Let's go crazy.
Go crazy. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go.
Dude.
Crazy. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me today.
It may go.
I don't have Prince in me.
It may go.
It may go. It may go. That's
go
bugged.
Crazy, folks.
That's
go
bugged.
Crazy.
I feel like Adam is the only one of us that does have a shit. That's
pretty
a hard lie. That's a bad read.
How was Adam's pizza party last night?
Oh, it was great. A lot of fun. I wouldn't.
Another adult male fed me and my children, and all I had to do was go have fun.
Oh, yeah. My wife
is
working for it, bud. You don't think
she getting a paycheck?
Yeah, and
that's
pizza.
called value, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's not. Listen. Adam threw a great little party last night.
I thought it was a soiree.
It was
sorts.
a food truck. Oh, James Carlton, way more than Adam Bundren. Talk to Adam Bundren for 5 minutes and then get back to me.
I saw a video of him in the garage.
Adam Bundren had a mullet.
Crushing beers at
4:30, 5 a.m.
What's he doing?
I was getting
Actually,
rollerblades.
if we're being honest, that's exactly the guy I want selling my house. He's like, look, let's go back to my garage. I got a fridge full of cheap beer. We'll hash out the details of you buying my client's house. There's a 85% chance a guy like that's going to close a deal with me over a couple of natties. We're going to wax poetic like Adam do. I'm a fan of Adam Bundren. I think he's a deep dude.
He's going nowhere. Especially sponsoring this program.
Yeah, what the hell? If anything, I lost respect for him.
100,000,000%. No, he's really good. He really cares about stuff.
That is exactly my pitch. Yeah, I know, Adam. I almost bought the house that night. It was my house.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. You just found a way to get your little 3% on each side. Pounding natties in me. Pounding all kinds of things in me. Let's see. Going to the I love you, dear friend, small world, fate, it was meant to be. It looks like Jennifer Bear and Dennison are making out in the text line.
Prove it.
They're making out.
It's hard to be there for someone because it requires you to be vulnerable, and the risk of showing someone your soul and getting hurt fucking sucks. That is very true. Sometimes I wonder, I can cry at movies and stuff that's like distant from me, but I feel like maybe obviously some things during my youth have helped me kind of keep things that are really close to me at bay. Like something does happen that's sad, and it's like, whoa, shoot. It's easier to deal with that when it's in a movie. It's easier to deal with that when that is further away. But I feel like I feel it more.
Yeah.
I feel the Forrest and Bubba, that scene more than I feel something that happens in my own life that I should be more worked up emotionally or just emotionally available to it. So it's just some weird things going on, some weird things I got to deal with. And it's like, I usually need a little bit of time to just kind of say, oh, I'm going to sit here.
Sulk.
Well, I don't even know if it's sulking, just thinking. Just like really. Yeah. Because usually once I get to the point, like, I don't stay mad or sad that long. And it seems like an eternity for me. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sad. But then I'll come here and be like, I'm already feeling a little better being around someone. And it's weird because I'm always like, I don't want to do anything. This show is stupid. Why did I pick 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
I hate mornings.
And when else are you going to do?
It's so dumb.
What else are you going to do?
Is it going to make any impact in the world?
I think it is.
It is.
Yeah,
but
I
you
think
start
it
to
is.
question it.
No doubt.
I do.
Dude, no doubt. I
start to question it.
I had a guilty one. I had a guilty questioning. Like, and John's here now. Saying, you'll see you guys this evening. We will see you tonight, bud. Last year we did a wash tournament with Brian, and Brian was really, he grew really attached to little Adelie, who is similar situation. Little girl with cancer, lived down here in Festus actually. We rallied for her, did our washer tournament, and I watched Brian get really close to that family. Like it was coming down, hanging out with her, and even this year with Aubrey, you think about like the what we're doing is we're essentially, we're not only are we pouring love and just trying to be some kind of healing something in these children's lives, right? But which takes a toll, like we were talking about, like regardless of if we want it to, no matter what we're made of, like the fact that we are. You were doing light work this week and explaining it on the show pretty succinctly. You're like, I don't know what it is, but let me just go ahead and give you the metaphysical definition of what light work is. You're channeling, right? Like you were open to not only keeping someone in your thoughts and prayers, but actively pouring love and healing energy into another human being from a distance. It's hard work. And maybe for lifetime cynics like us who are like, I don't know if I believe in all that juju because I haven't seen enough of that magic working to make me a believer. Or at least I haven't been able to, it hasn't been quantified on paper.
Tried it once and it didn't work.
I tried it once and it didn't work. And dude, the reality of the situation is like you actually gave some of your chi, like your essence, man. Like you were dumping whatever
never do
you
that
could.
again.
This is how I feel. There's a kind of a guilt attached for me, where it's like I'm not even going through even a fraction of what parents are going through in situations like this. I'm not, and I can't, because I'm a parent. I can only imagine, and what I do imagine is the most heart-wrenching thing that I can feel. And I think about, we have plenty of opportunities through the year with this little group of fans and family and friends and like that we're able to kind of help people for various situations. And I got to thinking about how, that means it puts some pretty serious, heavy work on our plates. And, there probably needs to be a balance in how we direct. Like we want to help everybody. You said it earlier. I want to help everybody I can. It's like it's my gear. If I see somebody that needs some help, hey, can I give you a hand?
I'll kick someone this morning if someone's
That's where you're at. Like,
with their
get
groceries.
out of here. Some old lady is carrying 80 pounds of groceries.
Well, that's just silly, old lady. You can
get a cart.
A cart if you're going to.
What are you doing? She's like, I'm working my delts. Starts raising the bags. Just lays you out.
Good for you, old woman.
There's something to be
and
said.
I champion that.
There's something to be said for some of the work you like, remembering some of the work that you've done that maybe had an ending closer to what you were hoping for, right? And those happen. Those happen throughout the years. You know, we just helped a family in Kansas City we didn't know, who were displaced by COVID. They got a new lease on life. They got a jump start. People came together in a couple days' time, made it happen. That's a happy ending. You start counting up all these happy endings because right now, what's going on here doesn't feel like this week doesn't feel like it's much of a happy ending or beginning for that for that matter. You know, as far as like talking about the work of this, like maybe it's falling a little short of what we were expecting. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's multi-platform. We're getting people who don't normally tune in, actively working with the group and commenting. I don't know. But like when you have an outcome in your mind that is what you would imagine to be the best case scenario for how this should work out, and it doesn't work out that way, I mean that's an ego trap. Like that's you believing that you've got a bigger plan than whatever this big plan is, which is, I mean, it's just nonsense. You know, it's one thing to try to impose your will in some places, but there are some things that we will always have to come to terms with being far bigger than just what this thing is experiencing inside. You know, what we're experiencing inside of this little bag of skin.
Meat monkey suit. I'm just down on my own shit for not being there as much as I felt like I could have been.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think that.
I know. I could have been there more. That's me. That's on me. I know I could have been there more for people. For the Matthews family, I know I could have been, and I'm wearing that shit. And it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Well, just be better from it. Well, I'm fucking sick of telling myself that I'll be better next time. Okay. I'm fucking sick of it. I want my heart to guide me in the right directions, and sometimes I feel like my heart is surrounded by bullshit that I have put there to protect it. And now that I want to live this heart-centered life, I don't mind the vulnerability. I don't think, maybe when I allow myself to be more vulnerable, that'll be the next step in this little path that I'm on. But I just, we talk about big league closers and how, sometimes you're going to let you
got to wake up and throw fastballs tomorrow.
But if you're Brad Lidge and you had been jackassing around before that Pujols pitch, maybe it makes you think differently. Unless he was there, unless he had a Ryan O'Reilly can go to sleep every night because his work ethic is the best.
Yes, but only in your brain is the conversation you're having with yourself going to affect in a negative way how you move forward. Brad Lidge went 4 years not able to find his pitch. And then finally kind of put it back together because he always had the stuff. We know he had the stuff. He baffled the league forever until he got
2 pitches. Until
a ball got hit to Jupiter, like the hardest hit baseball ever, against the greatest hitter, arguably of all time. Greatest right-handed hitter for sure. Yeah. We're getting off on tangent here, talking about Pujols. His
numbers. If
his
you go
numbers
back,
were out of control.
Just go back and just look at it.
I want you to hear,
340.
John says, I hope you know that the energy you sent Aubrey let her win this fight. She's pain-free, cancer-free, and can be an amazing angel for us all. And Adam said, y'all should be proud. Consistency of this energy will compound over time. You are changing the world. Look.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I hear where you're coming from.
I wish I allowed myself to believe it.
Yeah.
I do, but it's just I know me, and I know how I kind of go through my emotions, and sometimes I just got to go through some shit, and I don't want my shit to affect other people's shit because I have one of my biggest problems in life is that my energy has a big effect on people. If I've consistently come to a place or where people are who know me, if I just want to be quiet,
if you're not playing the court jester,
it ain't playing. And it's not even like court jester. Jesus Christ. I was thinking more like entertainer, like a
What
Frank
do you think
Sinatra.
a court jester is, bud?
I think he's a jackass in a little hat, jackassing around. We need to move this thing away from the wall.
The court jester played an
gotta be
important
able
role.
to go.
Okay, let's get it forward. Here.
Okay. Just a little bit. We're just going to take... Okay. We've gone too far.
Look, that's what we're going to do. Look, now you got all kinds of room, bud.
Do I? Oh, dude, why in my face? I did that on purpose.
All kinds of room, bud.
I did that on purpose. We look better now, too.
Bundren Property Group wants you to know
Property Group.
that on
It's a meditation voice.
this day, 1863, for the second time, the Confederate submarine H.L. Hunley sinks during a practice dive in Charleston Harbor.
Oh, my God. That's wild.
Get it together. This time drowning its inventor, along with 7 crew members.
Why is that funny? Oh, you didn't laugh.
No, you're laughing. Only you.
That's right. You figure, like, the inventor's like, this thing will never sink. I'll never drown in this thing. That's probably what he said.
No, what you really wanted to hear is that on this day in 1878, Thomas Edison founded the Edison Electric Light Company.
Are you just reading those as you go along, or do you kind of have like a...
No, there's no rhyme or reason.
No rhyme or reason.
Not at all. No, I'm just.
Okay, good.
I'm just giving you stuff to react to.
All right, here's the deal.
I know you're big.
I got something that kind of
fan.
Kind of not peed me but
say what you got to say, boy.
Missouri weed's about to be available at stores if you want to buy it and fill out all the stuff and get your card. I recommend everybody get their card just so you're legal with the state. It's only usually about $125 total. Lasts for a year. Should last forever. $125 should last forever. So everybody get your card. You can get your card at Sweet Leaf. You can get online and get your card. It's super easy to get your card. Just get your freaking card. I'm not trying to tell you how to get your card. If you came to Festus and Sweet Leaf, that'd be helpful.
Get you fixed up?
I think Jason's just giving – he's not even really – making money off cards. He's constantly saying, "Oh, here." Card,
he's just putting people. He wants to get it in everybody's hands.
He wants everybody to be able to have.
He's right.
Yeah.
After what went down, I mean, he's right. I don't ever want to be, because you could be in a situation where you're with all patients. Maybe you don't use cannabis. Maybe you aren't using cannabis that day. Whatever.
What's wrong with you?
But your friends are, and if for some reason you happen to be on a river and you're on the same raft as somebody that's using, guess what?
Guess what? You're going to jail, Papa.
You're getting a ticket. But if everybody just had a card and said, like, you ever seen one of those, pal?
Hey, you ever seen one of those, pal?
You know what you do?
You ever seen one of these, pal?
Hey, cover your number up, bud.
Why? Why do people
show them? Fuck it. Go ahead. No, do it, bud. Just prove a point.
There's my patent number, or whatever the fuck that means. There's my government code. That's me, baby. Oh no, now someone's got weed on them. Oh, someone goes, whatever. Yeah, you couldn't fake this?
I'm going to.
You couldn't fake this thing? I laminated it.
Oh, well,
I laminated this. Hey, kids who are 18 and older, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the easiest shit in the world.
Yeah, but
to
it
make
doesn't.
A copy of.
But they actually run the numbers, so it's not.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Do they? Because I'll say, you ever seen one of these, Jack? Something
Hang
wrong
on.
with your system.
You're doing it all wrong. Can I show you?
You seen one of these, Papo?
You got it. You ever seen one of
Papo's
these?
my new one.
You ever seen one of those, pal?
That is awesome.
Yeah. You give them one of these.
That is awesome.
You ever seen one of those?
Especially, I like the delay.
Yeah, you can't throw it out at the same time because you got to show them that you got it.
I like the delay.
And then give them the slow.
It won't even. That's how.
And then give them the slow.
Fuck you. So everybody get your card so you can smoke it and make it and grow it. You're not in the registry though. Don't fake it. I'm just saying the card is so shitty.
Tell me a story about Missouri.
It's like, remember IDs? Did your dad ever show you his first ID? My dad's first ID was a piece of paper with his signature on it. A card that it didn't even have a picture. We used to trust people in this country.
It's kind of like our select service thing when you fill out to be in the draft. You get like a they're like, here, like print off it looks like a business card.
Really?
Like, here, you're a part of the draft now.
The draft?
Yeah, when you turn 18, you register for selective service.
Have I done that?
I mean, if not, it's a felony, I think. But
well, I have done it then numerous times. If that is the case, sir. What do you know about Belief?
I got to be honest with you. You're going to have to educate me. Here's what I know about Belief.
Tell me all you know about
Belief was one of the original places.
You've been in the game for a while.
I can't tell you how much the cannabis industry has turned me off of the cannabis industry. I can't tell you how much that is so like it's staggering.
At the beginning, wasn't it so awesome?
I just want you just want to believe in the best of everything. What I know about Belief is they were one of the original people allowed to grow cannabis.
Correct.
For like our right to try. I think we had some.
Yep.
We had it to where certain patients, terminal patients, could use cannabis here in Missouri for a while before we passed what we passed a couple years ago.
Then Aiden.
I remember
Aiden's Alliance.
Yeah, I remember there was an issue where maybe now this is I don't know. I've never seen the story on this. This is only what I've heard. This is what I know about Belief or what I've been told about Belief. There was some bad medicine that got put out there for a while.
Bad medicine.
Bad medicine.
What I need.
But I will say this. Like to me, when I hear Belief here in Missouri, I pretty much hear Danny Dine. I hear the boss. I hear they're gonna do what
Belief do. Oh no, I can't do that this morning, bud.
They're gonna make money with it.
Yeah, and I got no problems with that. I just want people to know.
Fine. But I don't want people to know. To me, when I hear them, I think they're the biggest player in the game.
Yes. That's
all I know.
Fair
That's all I know.
Do you know anything about Mitch Myers?
I know a little bit about Mitch Myers. That's Clover, right?
No. Mitch Myers was the gal, the broad who used to be.
Oh, no.
She used to work for AB. The only reason I say that is be an asshole because she had to probably go through a bunch of shit at AB,
like being in the boardroom with all men.
Yes, I'm sure that was be a fly on the wall because AB.
Spuds McKenzie. She had Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds McKenzie. So this article's from Grown In, the cannabis industry newsletter. With over 74,000 registered patients and not a single bud sold, Missouri defines pent-up demand for medical cannabis consumption. While 60 cultivator licenses were issued by the state in January, Earth City-based and vertically integrated Belief Medical has been one of the first cultivators ready to provide product to the 6 dispensaries currently certified in the state, including their own store in the St. Louis suburb of St. Peters. Now that Missouri regulators have certified a testing facility as well, Belief will be some of the first product on Missouri shelves. Well. Isn't that good for them? We've been waiting for this for 3 years. We're not scared. We're excited. I think when we open our first dispensaries, if we're the first one to open, we'll have 79,000 people in line. You need to make sure that you have a product for people when they show up. I want to make sure we have happy customers who drove us a long way, not for them to end up empty-handed. We saw that in Illinois, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen. It's perhaps no accident that Belief is one of the first Missouri cannabis-ready. It's perhaps no accident that Belief is one of the first Missouri cannabis companies ready to serve customers, since it's led by Myers, an already legendary figure in St. Louis, as she created Spuds McKenzie for Anheuser-Busch Bud Light beer. After operating and selling her own marketing consulting firm, Myers became a co-owner of Nature's Care Medical Dispensary in Rolling Meadows, Illinois, now operated by multi-state operator Acreage Holdings. Who is Acreage Holdings?
They're I think the largest cannabis company in the country.
The John Bone Zone. John Boehner.
Yeah, they ran the Super Bowl ad a couple years ago.
I hate cannabis, and I would never see a way for cannabis to be legalized. He's got some dog shit quotes on
John Boehner was a dickhole from
the cried.
He was the worst.
And I'm not.
John Boehner was the beginning of the
Crying's
Republican.
not bad.
John Boehner was the beginning of the Republican Party. I wanted no fucking part of.
And so. You see what's happening here, right? I mean, we kind of just see what's happening here. She's also been operating a cannabis consulting firm, Cannabis Market Intelligence Group, and a hemp farm since it was legalized in 2016. As a result, Myers seemed to have a bead on exactly what her company should be doing. Older people are really interested in cannabis. They have spent their time with pharmaceutical drugs. As they get older, they are less inclined to take something as powerful as pharmaceuticals. Many are looking to CBD to mitigate pain or help them sleep better. Then they get a light bulb. This is the cannabis they're talking about. I think a lot of people think this is just 26-year-olds getting high. What? That's not what we're seeing. 5 years in the CBD lane, we're seeing very sick people getting treated. As they prepared for operations, Belief's team took advantage of the information from other states already operating and building a data-driven analytics system of their own.
Okay.
So they have already been data mining. Okay, fine, whatever. Maybe know that when you go into their places. Knowing what sells well in other states has worked for us. We've been studying the market and we've been studying BDSA pretty closely. Market analytics company. We look at our strength and strain. It informs what we're planting and has directed our manufacturing to produce what consumers are looking for around the country.
I think most of the cultivators are running some kind of software like that.
Fine. I just think this just rubs me. And maybe it's today. Maybe if I read this article on another day, it don't rub me wrong.
Go ahead.
Today, I think this is all just you were talking about what makes you hate the cannabis industry is the cannabis industry. This is what makes me hate the You're Mitch fucking Myers and people are in jail. You have every fucking connection there is. You're going to be the first one. You got all these companies. You're taking care of yourself. This is why I feel so shitty about myself because I'm like, well, Steve, you're looking out for number one. Okay, yeah, you got to do that sometimes. But I implore someone with this much fucking power to put out a different fucking statement in here, in her publicity. When she talks about Belief, she says, yeah, guess what? That's all good and well. We might have 79,000 people in line, but we got 400,000 behind bars for cannabis, for just using it. Okay, what the fuck are you doing? Like, fine. I have no problem with Mitch Myers. She's fine. I don't know her at all. I just challenge someone to speak up. Like, maybe you mentioned the Canna Convict Project in here. Well, I know I got all this other bullshit going on, but I'm going to dip my toe in here. And to see that they're going around and saying, hey, Colorado, how strong is your weed? And what stupid fucking name sells the best? I want some Gorilla Monkey Glue right now. Give me some. Hot cakes and frappuccinos? Is that weed, or are we talking about delicious treats? Because we don't know anymore. I think the whole name thing is the dumbest shit of all time. I have rarely ever been like, oh, smoke a bowl of your stuff, Craig. Wow, I'm getting nodes of that. Taste is one thing, but to be like, I'm a different, what a body rush I'm getting right now. And then I go hit a bowl of somebody else and I'm like, oh, there's that head rush I was looking. Is it just me? Am I the only motherfucker who just gets high? Who smokes any fucking thing? I'm just high. I don't know. Sometimes I feel a little bit more ahead. Sometimes I feel a little bit more relaxed. I think a lot of that has to do with what I fucking ate.
It's all hybrid weed,
man. It's all hybrid weed. So the sativa indica shit, save it. Fucking save it. And we talk to growers. So it's the weirdest thing because they love cultivars. They love strains. And there are some guys, like when we were talking to Bo and even Josh Loftus, when you can get the genetics down.
Yeah, when they start talking about phenotypes and breeding out
there is a way
to
test the DNA and see if, like, okay, what's in this? We need to test all that stuff more. And I think it's more associated with flavor, taste, aroma.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's more than just like, well, this works on this and this works on. Listen,
when you drink beers, when you drink 10 sour beers or 5.
Yeah, it's a way different buzz.
5 stouts. Like, it's a buzz, right? Like, you're getting drunk. There's levels of drunk, but like, you're still going to the same place for the most part.
Stephanie Cernischek, Belief's chief science officer and the executive leading up Belief's licensed manufacturing operation, says manufacturing should be starting soon and the company is deep into hiring mode. We're going to have a variety of strains, says Cernischek. That will be translated into strain-specific shatters and wax. We'll also have other products, tinctures, gummies, and edibles. It's all very, very data-driven. We look at the states and data. We look at the states and data. We have internal systems that we can look at our own data in real time. If they say data one more time, I'm going to have you hit my glands with a hammer again. Mitch Myers expects the number of medical cannabis patients to grow quickly in Missouri, which I bet you do. I bet you do. That number will go up dramatically. I think we'll see 90,000 to 100,000 by the end of the year. Myers also notes that cannabis flower wholesale prices in Missouri are hovering around $4,500 a pound.
Oh, they are.
What?
Oh, they are.
What? My buddy used to get it for cheaper back in the day. Fire from the East Coast.
The very first kind buds ever known to man to come east from California or whatever, just the Cali KB bud, was $4,000 a pound 15 years ago.
Unbelievable, bud. And everyone's like, yeah, that's kind of the market. That's kind of the market.
That's what they say.
That's kind of, you know what? Give Dennison Colliard.
Colliard?
I like that better for some reason.
It's not bad.
Colliard. Give him a field and let him and Loftus and Bo and George, let him grow all the weed for everyone.
Okay.
Because it's that simple. I don't know if you guys know this with weed, but it's that fucking simple to plant it like corn and let that baby grow. You can get, and then we're talking about shatters and waxes and edibles. Those are going to be the first
Sorry
things.
About your ears, Jessica. I think when I smashed your glands. Go ahead, keep going.
Sorry. I'd say by the middle of next year, we'll have a substantial amount of product we hope to sell to others. I don't know if it's 50% of our own versus the others, but we hope to build out our cultivation to maximum capacity if the market will bear that. The problem I have with this, bud, is everyone talks about the suits coming to town, and I hate those people who are like, I don't hate them, but they're like, man, I've been smoking forever, dude. I don't do shit, but maybe a few things, and now these suits are gonna come take all the money. Bull crap, man. No.
Yeah.
It takes everybody to make this shit happen. Yeah. What I implore people is, now you've heard from B-Leaf, now you've heard from the people, they don't give a shit about anything but the bottom line. There are people who have lived and died and blood and sweat and tears into this plant. They have. I just want to remind you, as consumers, you have the choice of where you want to spend your hard-earned dollar. Where do you want to spend your blood, sweat, time, equity? Where? Do you want to spend it with people who are in love with the plant, who are really, really patients first? Not a bunch of board members who, let's face it, I've been a part of some boards that are not a big deal, and you still have meetings to kind of figure out what's going to happen, how things are going to work out. It's a dirty little game. You don't think the best of the best, the brightest minds. Imagine if you had the connections of someone who was high up at AB, or someone who grew up in the Central Corridor. Dude, they're living completely different lives than someone growing up in South City.
No doubt.
It's not even close. And St. Louis is such a small town that it's like, shit, you can really take this town over. You got a little bit of money, bud. Like, there's not many families. There's a few families that are running shit in this town, man. Mm-hmm. I just want people to know. And most people, I think, see this and say, I don't give a shit where it came from. I'm going to go get
There's a lot
excited.
of people that are right there. I'm not mad at them either. Fine.
I just want them to know.
Yeah, sure.
I want them to know, because if I never knew, I would have run into the first dispensary I saw and go, I'm just so happy to be here. I wouldn't think beyond that.
I think a lot of people would.
And now I challenge people to think beyond that. Like, all the talks about data and finding out what strains. You know, the growers, the people who love weed, the people who make us come back to weed, they're like, oh, take a look at this.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Look at this. I crossbred this to get to this, and guess what? I made oil out of this for a cancer patient.
No doubt.
And I had to keep all of that shit under wraps for years. I had to heal people at the risk of losing everything I've ever fucking loved.
Yep.
That's skin in the game. That's skin in the game. When you've been working at a company that
The largest brewery.
kills people. Let's just fucking put it out there. Alcohol fucking kills people. A lot more than cannabis.
Yeah, sure.
People can change. Boehner can change. Myers can change. Fine. I wish I believed that they changed because they met some Aubrey Marcus type dude who's like, plants are awesome. Plants are awesome. And they're like, shoot, I went to Micah Meditations with, is that Shane Moss's thing?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, man, kind of changed me up. Instead,
oh, dude, I would love to offer a experience. That's my dream, right? Is to offer like, fuck your business retreats, as you know them now. There's a whole new kind of business
going to
retreat.
the sweat lodge, like the
we're,
Blooms.
We're going to do some work. You know? And it'll be
I think teams should do that too.
Are you kidding me?
Any team should do that.
Are you kidding me? Dude, when I heard, I was already pissed that the Cubs got Madden. And then when Joe Madden starts bringing a fucking float tank and shaman into his clubhouse, and I'm like, you see you bow tie wearing fucking goofball who the fucking manager should have been? Sorry. I'm getting fired up about baseball again. I'm sorry.
Just look at Pujols' numbers from his first 10 years.
If they're unmatched.
I don't know. Let that be your guy.
Just put it out there.
I wish it was some sort of transformation that came from the soul. But I know this transformation came from... I don't know that. Let me retract that. I feel like these people's transformations came from greed.
They were money driven. Of course they were.
And I'll sit down and have a conversation with Mitch Myers today, tomorrow, any fucking day. Those people are the people I love to get in a room with and be like, oh, really? Like, you are the most powerful person around. And
I appreciate that about you.
Shit. I'll make a fart joke right in your face. I'll talk about
press hammer?
I can't press hammer her.
She's
probably got security.
Because you wouldn't want to be press hammed, right?
That's dirty. I don't dislike anyone that much.
That's
the
fair.
things I love game was so funny. I was giggling to myself. I was like, I love not being farted on. And then I forget you had some. You added some.
Yeah, I added your. That ought to help you slate.
Like, that's what it was. That picture. Oh shit! So we talk about weed sometimes.
Listen,
on here.
I appreciate you getting fired up, bud, because Missouri needs it. Missouri needs to hear it.
Oh, and they got different names.
They granted.
They got a bunch of different names.
It's
not going to be Belief. It's going to be like Since. Fuck. I'll get the name.
Suede.
Suede. What the? God. Oh God! It just makes you want to kill yourself. Not really.
As a gay college student lay hospitalized in critical condition after a severe beating, this small city, which bills itself as Wyoming's hometown, wrestled with its attitudes towards gay men.
Find the medicine, guys.
The medicine to you. To you guys, for real.
For me, sometimes it is.
It always makes me feel better. It's so weird. My body still will say, you need to be alone. You sit alone.
Listen, there have been people who have called out.
Hello?
Kind of.
Hey, what's up, buddy? No, we're live. Go ahead and.
Oh God, sorry, shit.
No, it's okay.
No, hi, Jen.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
you're good.
All right, well, take us to break. I got to call her back. I love her.
Guys, after the break, we're just gonna keep crapping, tearing off the heads and shitting down the throat of all of the major cannabis players.
Yeah.
in
Believe
St.
if you'd
Louis
like
and
to
in
sponsor
Missouri.
our show.
Yeah, for sure. We got an ad sheet.
We just tell it like it is.
That hopefully you want to get in front of it. This is the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp, it's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
You take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly?
Yeah.
And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too.
Oh,
because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like
want
you were
to
going
get
to
in trouble.
like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
native hemp extract, available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Welcome back, Hoosier Sophisticate Show, second hour. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Doing really well, thank you.
Doing great.
Doing real good.
What's the deal with we're gonna line the town for Aubrey?
Yeah, it looks like it. So what they would like to do? Okay, so a couple things. Aubrey's visitation is tonight.
Starts at 4.
It starts at 4 this afternoon?
I believe so.
Okay, so this afternoon/evening, you can head down there, pay your respects. If you'd like, I'll get the funeral home. We will post all of that. We'll post all the details in the group. Tomorrow is her celebration of life. I believe the services start around 11 in the morning. And what they're trying to do is line Main Street through town as her carriage rolls by. So if we can get some people down there in the Farmington area, line Main Street around noon. We're gonna kind of try and pack the streets for Aubrey and just kind of do send her off the way that she should be. So, buddy,
showing some love.
We've got a pretty big weekend coming up ahead of us.
Yeah, we do.
When we decided to jump in,
I got your costume in the car.
I told you not to get me a costume.
Why? We had to. We couldn't both dress like Bobos. I'm already going to look like a complete ass.
You're going to be a villain, which is hilarious.
You know who's going to know who I am?
Who? Me.
No one.
Me.
You might even forget. You're going to be like,
who's this bald guy?
Are you Steve?
Are you Steve Elgin from the Hoosier
more
Sophisticate?
asinine
Super
version
Steve.
of
Just be Cucky, dude. It'd be the blues version of the Rally Runner. Be the blues version of the Rally Runner.
Paint my face red. That guy is legit.
I'd rather just not.
Maniac.
I'd rather just not do this.
Talk about him?
Yes.
Really? Is
yes.
there like a deep backstory there?
No, I don't
Have
think
you
anything.
seen
I don't
the
think
video
anything good can come of this.
him?
I
His
just don't
red
think anything.
page.
I've seen 100 of those.
It's frightening.
Yeah, I understand.
You never let
Jennifer
me talk
Barrett.
about the Rally Runner. You're the one who brought him up. You said I'm the version.
I did not say. Somebody else said that on the page.
Dan Hackett.
Dan,
leave the
great
page.
joke, Dan.
Leave the page, bud. I hope he leaves the page right now.
So
don't you? Let's kick him out. I'm gonna kick him
No,
out.
I love Dan Hackett.
I'm actually kicking
I
him
will.
out.
I will add him back.
Oh, good.
Don't you dare.
Don't
Don't you dare.
Guy's gone.
Don't you
Call me
dare.
Call me the Rally Runner.
Don't you dare, bud.
I'm just kidding. I pinned it.
Don't you dare, bud.
It only took me an hour to scroll through Facebook to find our own damn show.
Well,
I hate Facebook.
It's awful. Well, dude, so there was a story.
Why am I such a little
there
bitch?
There was a thing posted yesterday. This matters, man. I don't care. Like, I don't care who you vote for or anything. Like, it's a problem when people can make the argument for these private companies that aren't charging you to do business with them, even though there's plenty of studies showing that they're basically handing out free drugs to everybody in the world. And pretty much anybody that uses it is addicted in some fashion. Social media.
You had my ears. Did you see my ears perk up?
Yeah, they were like, free drugs?
Yeah. God, I'm a wook.
Only the right
amount.
amount. In a wook at heart? I get it. It's like when the doctor said ketamine, and I was like, yeah. I'd only ever done it once in my life, and I'm like, huh?
Some chick was running. She had to be high school age. Had Special K on the back of her jersey, and I'm like, wasn't that the old street name?
Yeah,
for ketamine for a while.
I think it's the current
They
street name.
still call. I thought that was kind of like an older guy thing. Like, we just called Special K.
K. It's
back
like
in
the
day.
cereal because it's a very popular cereal. Moms
Raisin
love
Bran.
it. Moms love it.
Bran.
It's great stuff. They give their kids a sugary cereal, and they like the Special K.
Yeah, they like that way better than Lucky
Yeah, I
Charms.
would too, man.
Yeah. His kid's like, my cereal's awesome. And then his legs get 40 foot long.
These social media
That's
companies, sure, they're private companies. They're publicly traded sometimes, right? In the case of Facebook.
How?
And they have to make money. But the problem is that now they are more powerful than world governments, but they're running pretty well unregulated, and ultimately deciding what their rules are. They're not treated as though they're a utility, even though more people use their services than utilities.
Should they be regulated?
Man, it's a weird day when you're going to get me to argue for regulation, but right now, the way that it's set up, because of the way that our crony capitalist system works, they've created a game and rules for a game that only trillion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar companies can play. So there will never really be any true competition because nobody can break through and compete on the free market level.
Aren't we ultimately the ones who decide to check into that?
Yeah,
shit?
but we're proving ourselves time and again not capable. It's the problem with the majority of people, right? Like with the populace on the whole,
we're dumb.
Is not going to make like.
We fell for
I got a whole skit. I want to shoot. I don't want to blow the wad, but just remember that every voter
right now,
every voter's voice is as powerful as yours. Seems fair.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
I'm dumb.
I'm kind of talking to myself right now. Every person.
I'm the one who's the problem. I voted for Bush the first time because I was like 4 more years of Will Ferrell.
But what do we say? What do we say the other day when we were watching the Alec Baldwin, Jim Carrey? If Jim Carrey plays Joe Biden,
he's got my vote.
For the next 6 months that Joe Biden is president.
Yeah.
Before
Did you see him? He goes, "I'm running for Senate." Did you see that clip of him? I don't know if someone took it out of maybe it looked current. Now that I think about it,
it probably is.
And he's like, Joe Biden, I'm running for Delaware. I'm running for Senate. I was like, what is he?
Well, maybe was it his last Senate run?
I don't know. It could have been.
Maybe.
It was so ridiculous. I was like, man alive.
Oh, it's what we have going on.
Scrolling. I was like, mother.
All right. We got off on a way far tangent, talking about the power of social media. Facebook and Twitter are actively throttling an article from New York Post.
Okay.
The contents of the article are irrelevant to me. They truly are. Because
Hunter Biden?
Yeah, it was Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden.
Whatever he was involved with in the Ukraine and how it pertained to Joe Biden. Got to tell you, I am so over the Cold War scare of the last 2 election cycles. You got to do better than this for me. You just got to do better.
Rocky IV ended all that shit for me.
You got to. Drago lost, bud.
We won, bud.
Drago lost. We lost a good soldier in it. We lost Apollo in it.
Papo.
I'm not here for it. But more than anything, I'm not here for social media. Just they completely. Anytime it was posted, they didn't even do the fact check thing. They actively removed it as it was being posted. That's problematic. I don't care what the story says. It's problematic to just remove that post until they could have their fact checkers check it. Rather than every other news article that I've ever seen that maybe contained false information or whatever would have the fact checker underneath it, right? But it was still posted. You got to choose whether or not you wanted to engage in the article, but it was still posted. They acknowledged that this was completely kept from being circulated on Facebook and Twitter. Now, Jack came out on Twitter and said that this was flawed how Twitter handled it.
Dude went to DeBerg.
I know, dude.
I will listen to anything that guy says. Ever.
It blows my mind. But on the flip side of that, Facebook has said nothing. They had somebody come out and say this is
Zuckerberg comes out.
This
and
is
says,
no. It was their
bad things.
It was their chief whatever security officer or something said that. Yeah, said that this is consistent with how they would treat things like that. Which I can't ever. Show me another time where they just outwardly didn't let something circulate that wasn't a live stream. It doesn't matter if it was verified, Stephen. That's completely irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. That's never happened.
Kind of took him to task.
Yeah, I did.
We've
already talked about this. It's never happened with any news article that's ever been posted about politics or whatever. Like that's what the Twitter and Facebook news cycle is. I don't know who the fuck they think they are, but their whole entire platform are built on people sharing alternative news. You were talking about how for a couple of days you got to see all of the pages that they basically throttled because it didn't have verifiable science. Well, your verifiable science sometimes fucking bores me. I'm here for fun. I'm not here for you to educate me or to shape what the truth is that comes my way. The fact that you can just say that can't be posted here, and I get it. You can make the argument, private company. However, it's a private company that over 2.5 billion people use worldwide. Some people use it as a primary mode of communication, more so than telephones. How many more people communicate through Facebook than do through their utilities, through the phones?
A lot.
A fucking ton. So at this point, since you've let the crony empire get to where only the big boys can play the game, yeah, you have to regulate it. You have to regulate it just like you would any other utility because it's being used as a communication tool.
How do you regulate it?
That is, I'm not sure. That I'm not 100% sure.
Would it be so bad if Facebook and Twitter said, hey guys, here's Facebook.
No, it wouldn't.
Do what you got to do.
It wouldn't if they didn't have an agenda to push. And it is 100%. It is 100%. Look, I'm going November 4th as an American. I am a loser. I think that there is a very small chance that Joe Jorgensen. You're a loser. Yeah, I think there's a very small chance. Not even. It's like a 0.001% chance that she's actually elected. I'm going as an American voter. I lose November 4th. I've come to terms with that. But you would be a fucking liar if you didn't think that the people running social media didn't not just lean left, but pretty solidly lay on their side left. Like that's just what Silicon Valley is. That's what this place is outside of San Francisco. And if you have those people, it's something that they talked about. Jack in the Twitter chief intelligence, whatever, one of their officers. They acknowledge, they realize that there is a problem with a small community in California trying to shape the conversation for an entire country far removed from that. Don't shape it. Don't do that. And I think that's what is awesome about Steemit or about any of the blockchain type stuff. But it's not taking off right now. Nobody is fine. There's no Windows 95 of cryptocurrency, of crypto or of blockchain. Like Windows 95 was kind of like an introduction for the average American to get on the internet, right? And to learn kind of how to use a computer. That was when everybody started to have a computer in their kitchen. Was when Windows when a user-friendly operating system came out that everyone could kind of just drag a mouse and click. Right,
Windows XP bullshit came
out. That was later. That was 5-10 years. That was an evolution of it. But the deal is there's nothing that just teaches people gently how blockchain works. There's nothing, and until people understand that there is a way that we can all communicate and mingle and exchange information that is completely decentralized with no overlords, with no gatekeepers. Yeah. Until that happens. And I don't know that it happens in our generation. I think it probably does in the next. I just don't think that people a little bit older than us have the capacity to learn a whole new, internet, a whole new world internet. But it's disconcerting to me that there are people that I don't need you to be an arbiter of truth. They have blatantly said they're not arbiters of truth. And you know what? I want to interact with it less. I find myself wanting to, explore Discord more or.
I know, but I can't. I'm addicted to Facebook as it is.
Well, it's because it's where everybody's at. I think if people actually took I was talking to Miss about this yesterday. It's like, do you pull the Band-Aid off? Do you all of a sudden take the place away that, because what if that happens? If that happens, if Facebook decides to shut our group down, which they've threatened before over false news, go figure, again, bullshit. And instead of them doing what they did here, which they said was par for the course for them.
That's interesting.
Instead of them just going ahead and censoring speech and setting a bar that applies to all parties and all news articles,
They pushed us down the algorithm.
they made us take the action against against the users, and that is chicken shit. If you're going to censor speech, censor it, motherfucker. Don't make me censor it for you.
Yep.
What is that?
And you're at risk.
That's what I'm saying. It's holding a gun to my head, because if I had the choice, I'm like, no, leave it up there. They'll figure it out. We'll have a conversation about it. And we do. That's one thing that we do when there's disagreements. We have a talk. And a lot of times people are like, not sure I agree with you, but I respect you for meeting me in the middle.
Cool,
Cool, man. Moving on. You know,
We
but
got
in this,
shit. We got a lot of shit going on.
In this instance, it's like, this is deemed false. And you've had so many people. What happens when you have a group of fucking 300,000 people and everybody's sharing articles? And I mean, we admin for little over 3,000 people in our group. And we see basically every post, especially any that raise a question, right?
Yeah.
Everything goes through. We've always been a space that you can say whatever you want to say. But if we let too many through, we're going to throttle your group down, and people that are in your group are not going to get this in your feed.
Yep.
You have to delete these posts. It happened to us.
Yeah, they'll straight up tell us that they will not show our feed to you guys.
I went back like 2 years to post that people weren't interacting anymore. And I'm like, oh, can I get rid of these? Like, how do I get back in good favor here? And that was the deal. They wanted, and like they did this whole fact checking thing. It didn't have like a date set to where so people that posted shit 6 years ago that maybe turned out to be false, were getting punished for. It's like, it's crazy. If you're going to censor speech, just censor it. But see, here's the deal: when people do that, people are more likely to disengage from their platform. But if they can put it off on the gatekeepers in the groups, well, we just put a false thing on it. They were the ones that removed it.
They have so much power.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Because, I mean, even if you extrapolate that out a little bit, how much is being manipulated?
Everything.
Scenes?
They have 100% of. I mean, how much do they really? If we're however many data points, how many do they have? What did they say in that they have? They have for each one of us.
5,000.
They have 5,000 data points. Dude,
Cambridge Analytica had people from Facebook and Google that worked.
Yeah.
Inside the Cambridge Analytica offices to offer them help on how to manipulate all of this data.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the answer? You get off of all this shit? We can't. A lot of our livelihood resides on it. And I don't know how you build up YouTube without having some sort of children's thing.
I think that I think there is a new kind of content creator that puts everything on behind paywalls, behind Patreon, behind whatever. The problem is that it's not as convenient as the place that has been collecting your entire family and friends and 5 degrees of separation with the entire world. It's not as convenient as being able to go to one place where you know that you can get a response out of pretty much anybody that you know that's on Facebook. Pretty much. I would say a good number. Most people are on Facebook. I definitely a majority of people, I would think, excluding kids, and a majority of adults.
Oh, yeah.
I always admire people that aren't.
I love people out
and the people that aren't, I swear on everything holy, it just seems like they're just living a better life, man.
Yeah.
Watch it. Grass is greener. Fine. Whatever. But, watching... I'm losing it here.
Well, it's like people who aren't on Facebook, too. I sometimes forget about them.
I get it. But then when
I forget to invite them to shit.
When you see them, though, like it's like getting. Remember when like you hadn't seen a friend for a long time, and when you actually caught up with them, it's like no time had passed. But man, there was an ocean of experiences to share with one another.
Yeah.
You kind of got tabs on everybody now. You kind of know what's going on with everybody.
Well, I feel like
that's a positive.
That's a double-edged thing, though, because I sometimes see that people have been somewhere, like Adam went to Montana. Well, that sparked a whole thought about Montana. Maybe we never would have talked about that, fishing in Montana if I didn't happen to see a few pictures of what he had going on. I just wish, oh man, greed just seems to sour everything, and these companies, the power they can wield is really unbelievable. unbelievable. If you put, it's like Jurassic World, the first one. You know,
Jurassic
they want to use the the
Oh,
fourth
okay,
one.
gotcha.
If they want to use these raptors for war, and it's
Blue's
like,
a genius.
You created these raptors. Now you got control of it. Now it's like, well, dinosaurs were this once. You know, social media was once this free thing that just happened.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh well, you can weaponize it. You can make money off of it.
Yeah.
You can manipulate it in different ways. It makes people feel different ways. Social media is dinosaurs.
Look, I would feel a lot better about that if, like, Zuckerberg hasn't pretty much called his shot from day one. When nobody understood what Facebook was, Mark Zuckerberg did. He had an idea of what the tool was going to be, to have a place where everybody logged in with the machine that's connected with their purchasing habits, with their online interaction.
Damn, you think
with
he really knew all that shit?
100%. Yep,
because he's a weird guy.
Yes, I do. I think that he always, because people begged him to start making money with it, and he understood that what gave Facebook appeal in the beginning was its clean interface. The fact that it was a free place to go. Oh, we're going to keep giving you a little bit more ability. First, it was just putting stuff out there, throwing a picture on there. It was kind of the first Instagram. It was like a place to put your face and just kind of write in a little daily journal.
Yeah.
See what
was on your mind. It would say what's
Keep
on
adding,
Steve's mind.
What's on your mind? I think it still does.
But
people were begging him to make money with it. And the problem is like at that point, the only way to make money on websites was selling advertising space, you know, and they pretty much pledged that they weren't going to put a bunch of ads to slow down and just gunk up the look of the website. And there's something to be said for that, for how easy it is to navigate, you know. They kept begging him to monetize it.
What's on your mind, Steve?
And there you go. There you
go.
Yep. And he knew that it wasn't time yet. The goal is to get as many free users as you possibly can to connect these data points. He 100%. Like, that's what's... I think whenever they had to monetize, I don't know that he had all the ideas on how to do it. I think he had a big picture idea and then went and found coders, just some of the most brilliant people in the world, to make it happen, you know. And so he's pretty well called the shot on that.
I mean, are there very many interviews and stuff with him? Like, because, you know, he's never been on like Rogan or, you know, Dorsey has. And are there very many? I don't ever remember if I
There's
heard
a couple
clip
things out there
of
that are
it.
super weird. Did you see
No.
Did you see the one of him
Zuckerberg with his eyes blinking this way instead of this way?
How about the one where he's like in the backyard smoking meats? Have you ever seen that video?
No.
You've never seen the Mark Zuckerberg smoking meats video? We can't play it. God damn it. I'm going to show it to you at the commercial break. It's the strangest. If you thought he was a lizard testifying before Congress, wait till you see this guy smoke some meats.
Okay, I got to check it out right now. Zuckerberg smoking meats. It's there. First thing
on Google. It's the weirdest thing I have ever.
God love him.
I
got my volume down.
Okay.
Do I need to have it up for this? I mean,
well, yeah, you got to hear him
the
talking
visual
about smoking meats.
Will this get us shut down?
I don't think they can hear it. I'll keep talking. Just got to work, hitting it hard today. Thanks for the great conversations this morning. See y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Loves and hogs to all. We love you, Jennifer Barra.
Okay,
watch it at the commercial break.
It's frightening.
It's the most
That's like a
frightening
Blumhouse movie.
First off, you're worth $100 trillion. Maybe get a little setup, bud. Maybe put a little light on the Gimby.
That is the backyard from Silicon Valley.
It's the backyard from Silicon. You're worth $100 trillion. Where are you smoking meats, sir? That's his office. They built an outside in his office.
For real?
I don't know.
Oh,
that's cool. I don't know.
That's cool.
If I had that kind of money, that's what I would do. It's like, hey, you know what? How much money I have? I would like you to build the outside world inside, please. Thank you.
Do it. Get on
Thank
it
you.
right now.
Listen, what started this whole conversation was the fact that it was very hard for you to find
our group.
our group and what's going on. And what we have going on this weekend is the Aiden's Alliance fundraiser. Yeah, buddy. You need to buy your tickets so that you can participate in the auction online. It's a superhero fundraiser. We're going to tap into some different Skype parties, I think. See some superhero watch parties, see how everybody's doing.
I got people up my ace like, how do I get into that?
I know.
Like,
get the ticket, bud. Get the ticket. We want you to donate money to Aiden's
Buy the ticket,
Alliance
enjoy the ride.
That was yesterday's title.
What?
Buy the ticket, take the ride. Guys, I love you, and I just want you to be aware of what we have going on this weekend. So raise some money for Aiden's Alliance.
What else we got going on? Anything coming up? Oh, he's going to play video. Man, whoever made that with iMovie is a real champion. Who's a real champion of life.
Steve, we have the
Is
coolest
this your
sponsors.
champion?
We have the coolest sponsors in the game.
All right. They're all beautiful people who really care about what they do and they're passionate about it. But
Native Hemp Extract makes the best cannabis extract oil I've ever had. I love it.
It's the best.
Yep, 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness. It's got a whole smattering of cannabinoids, bud.
It's a smattering.
It's a cornucopia of cannabinoids. Okay, 1,800 milligrams.
You guys see that
of it?
Can they see that?
Sure. We need a like a remote control Zoom, bud. That'd
You
be
can do
the
it.
Jam. That'd be the jam. I'm not. No.
You can do it with
no, sir.
Fair enough.
If you enter code HOSO at checkout, HOSO. Good morning, Ricky Starling. Condolences to your grandfather, bud.
Oh God, that's clear.
That's really nice.
Always pops up at the bottom right when I get here.
Oh, diggity. Enter code HOSO at checkout. You'll get an extra 30% off.
Right
Oh, that's not a bad play. Scan that with your. Maybe they're on the screen. Hang on. Scan that with your phone. Stick that in your phone and scan it. Sweet Leaf Emporium makes these studios possible where we get to come and have fun, get our days started, just get a little worked up, bud. It's awesome. Jason Long is amazing. He is trying to help people out. You're talking about him. He's just trying to get people cards. That's what he's trying to do.
That's all he's trying to do.
He's trying to help you find the medicine.
He's trying to blow glass.
Finding the medicine.
Beat some ass and give people their cards passed.
Okay. All right.
Blowing glass, kicking ass, getting medical marijuana.
Selling grass.
Thank you.
Because,
well, he doesn't sell grass.
Well, cannabis.
Yeah,
he does sell cannabis. He says, hey, I sell cannabis because hemp is cannabis sativa L. And this is just a stupid game of semantics.
Yep, it's low THC.
Low THC cannabis is what it is, bud. It's what it is, bud.
Man, I've been reading all these articles on cannabis and what a joke. How many people have been thrown in jail for probably CBD or weed that probably had a very low percentage of
like
THC?
back in the day?
Yeah. It's just unbelievable. And people who have really done tests on like the strains and where everything came from, they're like, you can't get an answer on any of it where it's like, this is Bubba Kush. I don't want to go back into that. But
I really appreciated your rant this morning.
I needed it.
I was kind of getting to that a little bit. There have been people that have maybe called out some of the backwards dealings of some of the license winners in the cannabis industry, but there's never been anybody just really fucking go off, bud.
Really? Are you messing with me?
No, I don't. I mean, nobody's done it on camera and then put their patient number out there.
You think they can revoke that?
No.
I don't care. It's a fucking piece of paper. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you know this, but I've been doing it for a long time, Craig.
Get the fuck away from me, you criminal.
I have. I didn't mean to do this to you on the show.
How
but
you,
I have
Judas,
been doing it.
you damned Judas.
I'm sorry, man. I know I'm like an Eddie Haskell type, just all in here trying to make you think. Try a little bit, bud.
Oh, you're in like a rabbit suit right now, buddy. You got to talking about Big V and Zach. They did some. Let's just say the Missouri wrestling promos are the best wrestling promos in the country.
Yeah, mainly because no one else has done
No
them.
other state is doing them. I don't care if this is just something for us. I'm okay with it because the video that Clay sent us of the madman who is doing a dab,
That guy's the real Missouri man.
hitting a bong.
Who is that guy?
No, he does a dab.
You can pull it up probably.
Through his nose.
Put it on the desktop.
I will do that.
You can probably put it on the desktop.
I will do
you can
that
probably go to your
right now.
messages and get it on your desktop, and you can probably throw it up on stage. Because I don't know who this gentleman is. He appears to be in some sort of wig, sunglasses, incognito. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Probably in my messenger if you get on my Facebook on there. But it's one of the. It's one of those things. I saw this video of a guy. It was actually Levon was doing something from Oklahoma, and then the Dab Stars people got somebody to try a 60-gram dab, which was one of the funniest things. This guy was. We got it.
I got it.
All right, let's go. Let me real quick.
Go ahead.
I think it was on Levon's page where this guy tried to do a 60-gram dab. So they have.
You got to help me understand that.
It's fun. It's just fun to watch someone do that. I think it's dumb as hell, but I always love to see my
60-gram dab?
Dude,
that's the equivalent of like a fucking half a pound of weed.
Buddy, it's a brick.
Maybe not that much.
It's a brick. Who knows? Who knows?
What is the state figures at 7 to 1, right? Is our 4 to 1? What is the ratio?
Of what? 1 gram?
1 gram of concentrate is a 3.5 grams of flour.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an eighth.
So if you multiply like
1 unit.
That's the state would say
1 unit.
The state would say that you're smoking 210 grams of cannabis in one go.
Okay.
One go.
So he's got this brick of butter.
That's weed math. It's like toilet paper math.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
No.
So and they're putting it in all these different dab rigs that are plugged in. So I guess ceramic or what do you call those? Or the coil? I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
They're all plugged in. And
Are they like volcanoes or are they like
No, they're dab rigs.
Okay. Oh, they're E-rigs. They got the bangers
E-nail.
are all the E-nails. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I
so
got you.
the nails just heating up.
Okay.
They look like a regular rig, just with a wire coming.
I'm with you.
He's got 5 of those set up in front of him, and they're just pouring it into each one next, and he's just
pouring
it. I mean, his name's like Billy Bonghole too, or something like. Got a
Billy
great
Bonghole.
Yeah, he's got a great name.
I am the great Bongholio.
Exactly, has a shirt over his head. So he needed some TP for his bunghole after this. I guarantee it. So he is zombie arms walk like Sean. I'm watching this thing. We're 5 minutes into it, right?
Sure.
You know what a gram of wax looks like.
Indeed.
He's kind of doing that thing where he's like,
60 of those?
I need he was going to break a record. I need some water. And people are like, this is a continuous dab, bud. Come on. And you know the guys with the blowers who get into a tent and you're like, well, you might die of smoke.
Asphyxiation, bud.
Yes. That's a deal. That's a whole
That's
deal.
a fucking thing.
And will not if it's weed, bro.
Look, I appreciate the pioneers, the trailblazers that are trying to figure out where the line is for cannabis hypermesis syndrome.
They're going to do it.
They're going to get there.
So this guy, God love him, he's sitting at a table, and he looks like he's been through 15 rounds of a championship bout. You know, like that, oh, I don't even know. And you're just kind of pushing
Nothing
him
is
back.
over. Just give me something to drink.
You're trying to, like, oh, this way is the ring, bud. Here you go. He's like, oh, which dab? He's like, this dab rig's running a little
That's
too hot.
brisk, baby.
And everybody's like, nice. They're like, oh, no, you got to keep going, bud. You can't be, like, changing. He's like, well, this dab rig's not hit. Dude, the whole time, just, he's not getting any regular breaths of air. That my favorite part in life. My favorite part of life so far. This is making my day so much better.
He's dying in there. How far in is he? 5 grams, 6 grams,
The best
10
part,
grams?
he's 5 grams in.
He's 5 grams in. He's got 55
They
grams.
got about looked like someone buttered
Did
toast.
they just have a sheet of?
They had a brick of it, so it was like butter. It was like butter or wax.
And he's gonna do the whole brick.
And it was like that light blue.
He's
or
gonna do
light
the
yellow.
whole brick.
He's gonna do 60
What do
grams.
you? What does he think's gonna happen?
His face. He thinks he's rifled through about 20 grams.
He
But you
thinks
know
he's
those
almost,
ceramic
he thinks
ones,
he's a third of the way there.
The ceramic ones, they'll burn a dab for a long time.
Oh, dude! After you put the carb on it, like
totally, and
yeah.
you're like, this thing's still hitting somehow. Okay, and we've been there where someone's like, clear it, keep going.
Take a dab. It's only the size of like a little period for me. I don't like taking those big globbers. You take a little period dab, and it's like, it's a nice healthy hit.
Yeah,
it's a nice healthy hit. 60 grand a brick.
He takes
a
his
fucking brick.
So this thing's like a big thing of butter. Imagine like someone taking just like a run of the butter off.
Totally.
That's all they've done. Picked it off of one edge.
Fair.
And he's like, how far am I in there? And they like reweigh it. And they're like, you got 54.7 left, Billy Bong hit or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like,
the great Bong Julio.
Okay. Keep loading those things up.
Is there a world record that he is chasing?
Sure.
Somebody's got 59.5 grams.
Sure, somebody fucking damn stars probably.
Nobody has done that. Nobody has done
Whoa.
that. Like why would you?
Why who? I know.
Who's doing that?
We found them.
It's so much.
It's damn stars and Billy Bong Hits.
It's not Billy Bong Hits.
I shit you not.
His name is Billy Bong Hits.
It's Bobby Bong Rip. It's something. It's something, right? I'm not shitting you. It's going to be tough to find. It was in Oklahoma. 60-gram dab. See if you can find them.
All right. Dab and go. It's just giving you all the places in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, maybe Levon knows his name. I'm sure
I'll
does.
check out V9 Gross 420.
But yeah, man, that was really his face when he saw
that poor
how
guy.
much he had. He got through 13 grams, I think.
Listen.
So he did not even come close to the record.
How many grams?
I think he got through like 12 or 13.
That's insane.
Yeah, bud.
I don't
yeah,
care
bud.
How far short of 60 he fell?
It's still
a
not
baker's
bad.
dozen
Not
of
bad.
concentrate is
Not bad.
and he was high for eternity.
He's
He's still high. That was a year ago.
Where he's like, yeah, man, just keeping it real and doing things and make the world go round. Like trying to get an interview with him afterwards.
Sure.
And I'm like, that sounds about right.
That's what do you want? Who does that? Who puts a camera in that guy's
He's
face?
like, the thing I thought,
Yeah.
bowl 1 through 3, it was really interesting. My body started to get a leg high because it must have been some silver scruff. And then I noticed the next butter was probably from an indica dominant.
Listen, after the Missouri Madman called his shot, Danny Diamonds went backstage. There is a guy, I believe he's in the little tag team called the Dirty White Boys. We get this message.
Who is this guy?
We get this message
Help us
sent to
find
us.
this guy.
We get this message sent to us that is absolutely amazing. And we want to share this with you guys. This guy is in the Canifest Auto Growathon, and he is real tired of the Missouri Madman shit. And he's real tired of Danny Diamonds. Damn Danny Diamonds. He's tired of that damn Danny Diamonds. Is there any sound of this thing?
No. So he'd be like, low rider is a low rider. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
He eats the roach.
What's wrong with this guy? He's a legend. This guy is a legend. This right here is the worst. This is the worst.
He's
right
the
here.
bad. He's a bad man.
This is the worst. He looked at it.
That thing is filthy, bro. He even said, "You ever seen one of these, bud? You ever seen one of those, bud?" Holy!
My God!
Listen,
I'm intimidated.
The Missouri Madman shet his pants when he saw that. That's a man you need to fear. Is all I'm saying.
He just didn't care.
Did not.
He didn't
Eats
care.
a roach, a dab through the nose, roasts an entire bowl through a bong, pounds the bong water, flies the freedom rocket. The guy means business.
I don't know how to comprehend that with my brain. Because I've spilled bong water on myself before and had to take a full shower because I just didn't like the smell of it. This guy is it. He is bong water because those have become cells in his body. There's nothing.
Dude, that one set the fans just don't even know what to think of it. Just in time, gals. 54.7 left, buddy. This is when he realized he messed up a while ago. Not sure what that's about.
Yeah, that's about the dab.
Oh, yeah. Elise says that's epic. They all say no. Ricky says that's fucking insane. Corey Gray's crying. Hello, Jennifer Elgin. She's
baby
growing up, man. She's
throwing
green.
up.
She is sick from watching that video.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
one of my
drinking that
favorite.
water.
It's one of my favorite things to ever randomly get in a Facebook message. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. I'm like, what is this? Who does this guy think he is? And then I saw it, and I laughed heartily, pal. I laughed quite heartily.
I am on the trail of this Billy Bong Rip guy.
Are you?
I'm right there.
I'll give it to him in the third hour. Want to do it if you can find it?
Yeah. Are we ready for break 2 already?
Just about, man. It's almost
Okay.
it's almost the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
I've been having fun today. How you feeling? Any better?
Actually, I'm feeling a lot better.
Feeling a lot better. You got to move around, get the juices flowing a little bit.
It's just when I ride to
Belly
work
out.
and I'm like,
Arms like
Sean. I just want to. My mom had a deal where we would make her so mad, she'd say, "I'm gonna drive the damn car into a light post. That'll make you all happy," all the time. To where me and my
Jesus, Betty.
sister were like, "Do it.
Yeah, I dare you.
Do it." Like I
Keep
remember,
talking about the light post.
which one?
Pick
you got
one
a
out.
favorite? You got
I'll
a
paint
favorite?
a target on it.
Go by River to Pear. That's where she'd always used to say it, right by River to Pear.
Jesus.
There's a couple.
Okay. Yeah.
I stuck an umbrella into the light socket or the cigarette lighter.
Did it get you?
Got me, shut her entire car down.
Oh boy, yeah, you shorted out a little bit.
Yeah, and she's like, "I knew I should have driven this thing into a goddamn light post before you ruined it." And I was like, "Mom, I got shocked. Like, feel bad for me."
You talked about having
I got shocked.
well, Steve, I want to tell you something.
Tell me something.
The Buncham Property Group tells us that this day in history, 1989, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, makes his 1,851st goal, breaking the all-time scoring record in the NHL.
Whose record did he break?
Gordie Howe? I don't know.
I think so. Probably.
Maybe Gordie Howe, Bobby Hull, Bobby Orr, maybe.
Bernie
It's got to be
Federer.
Mr. Hockey though, doesn't it? It's got to be Gordie Howe.
I would think so.
It's got to be Gordie.
Was it goals?
Well, it was all-time scoring
Points.
record, but it was his 1,851st goal. So
was it his points record?
it says scoring record, so I would think.
Yeah.
That's already got to be a goals record, right?
I'll tell you who was the guy was Lemieux, and he got hurt. Yeah, Gordie Howe had 1,850
Surprisingly, Mark Messier and Jaromir
Yeah.
Jagr.
Oh, Jager's
He's
56,
112 years
and he's
old.
playing.
He's 112
and
years
he's
old.
still pretty damn good.
The reason I bring that up
pretty
is
damn
because
good.
yesterday you talked about having a Gretzky Easton aluminum stick, and just now you talked about sticking an umbrella in a 12-volt outlet in a car. Playing hockey in the Hayflingers basement with Chad, we put up sheets of plywood on the walls. We kind of made a makeshift
Oh,
ring.
hell
Everything we
yeah.
did, we went all out on. We'd always build arenas. We'd paint logos on the floor. Like, everything was a little extra, but it just made it feel more real.
Shit, yeah.
And the guys were, I don't know, I can't remember what they were playing. I can't even remember. I think we were just shooting around, like we were doing like goalie competition. So like we're all clapping shots. One guy's in the goal. How many can you save out of 10? We all take a round,
And
right?
you did.
Yeah, I
did
did.
like that?
I'm gloving everything. I
With
put 2
both
gloves on, no
hands?
sticks. No stick, no blocker. 2 gloves. I'm like Zoidberg.
Okay.
Come on with it. I'm gloving everything. Because I got mitts. Silky
Zoidberg?
That's a Futurama reference. Some people got
Okay,
it.
yeah, he's got 2.
Yeah, he's got the little...
I thought you were talking about the O.J. Simpson's character.
Chad had just gotten... I feel like this is like maybe when Easton Aluminum first came out. Maybe they've been out for a little while. There is I don't know what prompts me to do this, but there is an open light socket. And I'm just curious.
That's what got me.
You know?
That's what got me.
happens?
It got
so
me.
I take this Easton Aluminum hockey stick and I just kind of gently stick it up there. And I watched the skin on my arm go...
No, you did.
Yes,
not.
I did. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go, and I was getting the absolute shit shocked out of me. But the guys couldn't be bothered. Somehow I let it go, and they're over there playing. They don't even know that this is going on. I can't possibly tell anybody. Like, we've been told, don't stick a fork in the outlet, kid. You know, like we've been told our whole life.
This is a giant fork.
I'm
and
like,
a giant outlet.
I'm bigger now.
That's for
I'll
baby
take it.
shit.
Yeah, babies shouldn't stick forks in outlets. I'm a adolescent male. I've got this.
I'm fine.
And I just gently took a 6-foot aluminum conductor.
You didn't have any tape at the end? You just had straight aluminum at the end? What's wrong with you
That's
guys?
why I thought I was going to be okay.
Oh, it probably still got.
There was still
tape.
enough. There was
Yep.
still enough there
Yep.
to light that aluminum up. There was probably just, if any of that aluminum's exposed anywhere.
Well, Chad may have sawed down his sticks.
Probably
too,
a
to be
little shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it probably
I
was
wish I
tape,
could
but
have
there
done
was
that.
a-
My dad was like, no.
Yeah, I paid full mark for
You're
that.
an idiot. Grow.
I'm not chopping this stick down.
I know. I'm so dumb.
You got to be able to sell this thing again
Wayne
when you're not
Gretzky.
interested anymore.
Wayne Gretzky had 1.92 points per game, but Mario Lemieux was right behind him with 1.88. So those are like I wish I could have seen Mario Lemieux.
Well, when I was a kid, I mean,
he
it
got
was,
lymphoma or Hodgkin's.
when I was a kid, I mean, Lemieux was the guy,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like at that point, it was on kind of. I mean, Gretzky was still Gretzky,
I mean,
but
Crosby's 4th
Dude.
in points per game average. That's unbelievable.
Peter Stastny, he was a Blue, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, his son Paul Folly was
too.
blue. Yep.
Hey,
so was Gretzky, bud.
Yeah, I know. I remember what
Long
he came
time
with
blue.
Ugly ass. Didn't he give away the puck and then Eiserman buried it or something?
Yeah, he did. Gave it away to Stevie Y. Stevie Y put one over Casey's shoulder, I believe. Was it Casey?
That was after Cujo, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, right over his damn shoulder.
Guys, we're gonna go to break on the in the third hour. We're gonna tell you
feeling
jokes.
shitty again.
We're gonna tell you jokes. I'm
No,
sorry.
we want a cup. We want a cup. I'll never feel shitty
about the Blues ever again. You're gonna be good if they go another 50 years without ever hoisting a cup. You would be okay with that. I call bullshit.
Yeah, you're right.
Guys, after the break, we're gonna tell you some jokes. We're gonna sing some songs.
Peter Turgeon.
And we're gonna do all kinds of great things. I'll give you some more property group, Bundren Property Group. This Days in History.
Yes.
James Carlton Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome, amazing, astonishing, astounding, fabulous, incredible, fantastical, phenomenal, prodigious, stupendous, unbelievable, wondrous, divine, fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house, go on and get it insured. You got a car, you gotta get it insured. You got a life, go on and get it insured. Carlton
CarltonInsurance.net.
Fantastic. Stupendous. Fantastic.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me. Inside of me. Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HoosierSophisticate.com.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961 Ooh, looking good, bud. You snuck that one in on me.
Did I?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I always feel better with hair.
That's cool. Let's get you some plugs, bud.
No way, dude.
Let's get you some plugs, dude.
Listen, man, if the richest people on earth haven't figured out baldness, I've rubbed some CBD on there, you know. I don't know what I'm doing. Dave Chappelle's marijuana and psychedelics parties don't concern local sheriff. You like Dave Chappelle, don't you?
I love Dave Chappelle. I think
it's from October 6th. It's from Marijuana Moment.
I think he's the GOAT.
Pretty fucking great, man. Comedian Chris Rock spilled the beans on the behind-the-scenes festivities at
What's
Dave
the
Chappelle's
deal with him fucking opening his mouth, Chris?
recent comedy
Fuck you,
show.
that old? Shut the fuck up.
Telling Ellen DeGeneres that parties have included way more weed than anyone should ever have. That's dumb. That's not a thing. And as well as a lot of mushrooms.
What?
Mushrooms? Like hallucinogenic mushrooms? Like adrenochrome? Asked DeGeneres in an interview that aired on Thursday. She didn't say that adrenochrome part. I added that in. Yeah, I was trying to be nice because it's your show on in the daytime, but we do lots of drugs, Chris Rock explained. Lucky for comics, the local sheriffs think they're only joking. Sure they do, while they're building a case against Chappelle and all his friends.
Yeah, shut up,
Chris Rock, shut up.
Shut up, bud.
God. Chappelle has been hosting a series of socially distanced comedy shows at an outdoor pavilion in the small village of Yellow Springs, Ohio. The show, Dave Chappelle and Friends, an intimate, socially distanced affair, has featured comics from across the country, including The Rock.
Okay.
Michelle Wolf, Kevin Hart, Sarah Silverman, your fave, David Letterman, and a cadre of other celebrity entertainers. A bunch of comedians fly in every weekend. We get COVID tested, and we put on a show, says Rock, describing a button-down atmosphere of Friends. It's just a bunch of having fun, just being comics. Asked by DeGeneres about rumors of mushroom tea being served, Rock confirmed, Chris Rock, not The Rock, when they were talking about then I clicked. Oh, okay. Rock confirmed that certain drugs were common at the events. Dave's got like a weed mushroom chef, man, that prepares amazing meal with like weeds and mushroom stuff.
He
said.
You don't want to heat mushrooms up, but okay.
He emphasized that no hard stuff is provided, such as cocaine. To be clear, both marijuana and psilocybin mushrooms are illegal in Ohio.
Yeah, I just don't understand. What are you
Although
doing?
possession of up to 100 grams of marijuana carries no jail time and a maximum penalty of 150 bones, the limit is higher in the village of Yellow Springs, where officials last month decriminalized possession up to 200 grams. The state Senate voted in July to double the statewide cannabis possession decriminalization limit to 200 grams as well, but the bill has not been enacted into law. Legalize it. Possessing psilocybin, classified by the state as a Schedule I controlled substance, which so is weed, bud. Go ahead and throw that in there with it, because god damn.
Again, what does Schedule I mean, Steve?
Oh, it's got zero medicinal value.
Well, so we know that to be false.
And it can be addictive as hell.
Well, we know both of those things to be false.
Well, isn't that weird? Greene County Sheriff Gene Fisher, however, doesn't seem too worried about what's going on at Chappelle's events. Now they're reaching out to the cops because of Chris Rock. The news is, Jesus. Chris Rock's a comedian. Chris Rock is probably just looking for jokes, the sheriff said. People have been making jokes about marijuana drugs.
Hats off to the sheriff.
Hats off to the
sheriff.
He knows
we got a name for him?
His name is Gene Fisher.
Gene Fisher, you big dick daddy from near Cincinnati.
Hats off.
Fucking dig you, sir. Just a bunch of jokesters.
Just guys joking and
jacking around, man.
Hopefully that's what he's talking about. While attendees have reported the smell of marijuana at the events, Fisher added his department has not received any drug-related complaints about the shows. To me, these are just comments unless we prove it otherwise.
Oh, that's actually how it's supposed to work. Did you know that?
That is so weird. Bust in there with your MRAP, dog. Like,
yeah, what are you doing? Don't you have like a rocket launcher or something?
Get 'em, dude.
Come on, bud. Fly a drone.
What happens when all of these artists get together and smoke cannabis and drink mushroom tea with intention? You want that to happen on your watch, Papo?
Yeah. Yeah, God forbid the greatest comedy special ever written comes on your watch, bud.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Whether or not the Ohio stories were all comedy, Chappelle's fondness for psychedelics is well documented. When he was awarded the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, Chappelle proposed to fellow comedian Aziz Ansari that they trip on psilocybin mushrooms to celebrate. Ansari accepted, dedicating the dose to Twain himself. Earlier this summer on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, comedian Tiffany Haddish said she drank mushroom tea at a Chappelle event despite not normally doing drugs. I went to Dave Chappelle's to do some comedy. I got peer pressured into drinking mushroom tea.
Oh my God, dude. Dare is jerking off to this article.
What followed was a psychedelic trip, Haddish said, in which everyone around her, including actor John Hamm, began to resemble actress Felicia Rashad? Okay. In his interview with that sounds like a comedian trying to be funny.
That sounds like someone that had nothing close to emotion.
Yeah, that's exactly. Oh yeah, everyone started.
It was cartoons and that liar. Come on, Tiffany, I loved you, babe.
Do you?
I like Tiffany Haddish.
I have no idea who she is.
She's a pretty funny gal.
I remember seeing her at the thing.
She's funny, high energy, big fan.
I hate high energy people.
I know. Yeah, cut from the same cloth as you, bud.
Yeah,
sure.
I knew I'd hate her. Mm-hmm. In this interview with DeGeneres, Rock claimed that drinking the shroom-infused tea is what led Haddish to shave her head. Tiffany drank the mushroom tea and cut her hair the next day. I know she likes to act like, oh, Common told me he loved me with no hair. No. That was the mushroom tea talking, said Rock. Jesus.
This is hard.
On a podcast in 2019, Joe Rogan claimed Chappelle once rented out a movie theater for a private film screening and took mushrooms given to him by a stranger. We have this private screening of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rogan said. Dave is eating some mushrooms a fucking guy gave him in the crowd. Beyond laughs, Chappelle's openness about substance use has also made a serious impact on drug policy reform debate.
There we go. I'm with it.
Former NAACP head and Maryland gubernatorial candidate Ben Jealous, for example, said it was Chappelle who first convinced him that marijuana should be legal. What? The governor said, Chappelle said it. I'm in. In her interview this week with Rock, not The Rock, DeGeneres said she'll be weary of tripping. I think I would be freaked out, says someone who drinks adrenochrome. Everyone that goes there drinks them.
Ellen could use a trip, bud.
I have to dance again. This is fun. I'm having a good time on my show. Yeah, so she says everyone goes there has to drink the mushroom tea. Chris Rock, where's his address?
They're doing it against people's will.
Yeah.
What's his phone number and address and social security number?
And Rock says, yeah, man, we're in a cornfield in a pandemic. What have you got to lose? For now, the comedy celebrations are on hold.
Listen, I'm excited about it. Whatever. Give me as many people with millions of dollars to have this experience if they've never had it before. Please do that. Maybe don't, tell the cops where they're at or kind of bring the cops into it that they haven't done anything about it. Interview the cops and say, how come you're not addressing this situation? Thanks, Marijuana Moments writing this? Or were they just sharing this along from some other stupid news outlet?
I think it's from them.
I mean, look. I want all the most powerful people in the world eating mushrooms in cornfields. Let's just get it on the records. Anybody making decisions for me and the collective as a whole, I'd like for them to have a humbling experience with some plant medicine in a cornfield. Let's make that happen. However, let's not maybe drag the gatekeeper, the law dogs. Let's not drag them across. Hey, this
what do you guys think of that?
Gene
Fisher.
Williamson Fisher. Born 1958 in
1950 and 8.
Yeah, 1950 and 8 in Cuyahoga Falls, sheriff of this county in Ohio. Can you believe he hasn't done anything to stop these parties where people are learning about how effective drugs can be in making you a better person and potential leader and creator in this world? Let's get Gene's thoughts on this.
Gene,
you have any? Can you explain yourself? While you're letting these reckless people get
his jokes. Them's his jokes. Okay, I don't know what you want. Rock's joking.
Yeah,
he's not though, and he obviously knows that they're not joking.
Give me all the most powerful people in the world having this experience. I'm here for it. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Has Elon Musk ever gone on record saying that he's ever done psychedelics?
Oh, I'm sure he has.
You think?
I do.
That was from Marijuana Moment, that article. So you can look that up on Marijuana Moment. I'm just such a freaking Dave Chappelle fan, man.
Well, he's the best.
Like Killing Me Softly was so just a staple of my college days, and what he's been able to accomplish after his comeback is it's inspiring, man. Every time I watch one of his specials, I am inspired to do something.
I don't think many people in today's world can just say what they want to say. They can, but without like real, and not to say that he doesn't ever come under fire, because he does, but he doesn't care. He's commanded such attention and respect over the course, and even walked away from money just to let everybody know, you don't own me or my thoughts. Walked away from obscene money, and maybe all along, I think he did it. Oh, you're good. I think he did it because he truly was like, holding his power, doing, standing up for himself and his soul. Like, he wasn't going to sell out to this big check. But I'm not sure. I think he probably figured it out a little while down the road. I don't think it was his motive at all, but I'm not sure how much he knew at the time that was going to skyrocket his stock and credibility as a voice coming back.
I don't think he had any idea.
I don't think so either. He was getting out because fuck you. I'm not crazy.
I'm going to Africa.
I'm not crazy for wanting to be away from this, and he even, started, like, he has this great little interview. I can't remember who it was with, but he's talking about, he's like, people get real comfortable throwing the word crazy around. He's like, I'm not crazy. It's not crazy to stand up for yourself. It's not crazy to own your identity, to not be sold, not be enslaved to a system.
I'm rich, bitch.
And fuck you. I got money now. And now I can take a stand for myself. And he did. And then he came back with 10 times the credibility.
Well, you're crazy if you don't take all that money and just do what they tell you to do.
Yeah.
You're insane. Why would you not just take money and do what they tell you to do, bud?
Yep.
Is that good? Is that what we need to do? Yeah. Take money and then
take money and just do it.
Just take money and do it.
Dang, so man. give me as many of Dave Chappelle's out there. Listen, it's always been the comedians that are like our philosophers. There are people changing swaths. George Carlin changed my mind about the government and about how,
buddy,
in a way that no teacher, no professor.
Hicks
Bill Hicks. I mean, and I didn't come to Bill Hicks until later, right? I didn't even realize, as a kid, I loved Dennis Leary. I thought Dennis Leary, that blue Cinecomic, and I didn't even realize that a lot of his material was Bill Hicks material, like in that main special that I loved so much. Like, Bill Hicks was, he was deep. Dude, he was deep.
We got ourselves a Rita.
It's always been the comedians challenging. We have to. That has to be, and I like, not to parrot Rogan or whatever, but he actually is a comedian and has made his living and gotten his station and his connections through his comedy career. But like, comedy has to be the place where we can laugh at anything. Yeah. It has to be, and if you're triggered by a lot of things, then you need to avoid it, because I think that, and not to mention, like, also stale jokes and outdated thought, they land pretty flat. Like, it's not fresh. You know what I mean?
Unless it's my children, because they hear some dog shit joke.
They'll grow
I've
out of
heard
that.
a million times.
They'll grow out of that.
That's good. I'm glad they'll lose that childlike wonder. But I always think that recycled jokes, there has to be some recycled jokes, because, and I really enjoy, I know I told the story on the show before, but that movie with John Cena.
Cock blockers?
No, that's a good movie. That's a good movie. Sneaky
we watched
funny.
that together. That was absolutely hilarious.
I need to revisit that.
Yes.
No, this was the one where he's like fighting fires. And John Leguizamo, longtime comic. I love The Pest. I love everything that guy does. They're setting up this joke that's like, you've seen the joke a million times. You leave, I go, good, who needs you? Get out of here. It's the Billy Madison joke. People have done it. I don't need you. Good, leave. Leave.
I'm sorry, baby.
John Leguizamo's going, get out of here. And he's just pushing it. And I'm like, how long? I've seen this joke 100 times.
Yeah.
I'm just studying how Leguizamo is going to pull this one off.
And he did it.
And sure enough, my kids are watching it. They've never seen this joke. And he comes over and he hits Sana with a, we really need those guys. After he yells at him. And I'm like, I knew that was coming. And he still got a chuckle out of me and both of my kids. And I was like, damn, that is an artist right there.
I love John Leguizamo, man.
So talented.
I have always loved John Leguizamo.
So
He's such like serious roles, comedy roles. I'm a weird kid that watched like bad movies over and over in the 90s.
Yeah.
I watched The Pest more than anybody has ever seen that movie.
Ridiculous.
Like a big ass stick to this. Take a whiff of this. And that was based on The Most Dangerous Game. Little short story, right? Which was also redone with like Ice-T, wasn't it? Like where
probably
Surviving the Game in the 80s. Anyway,
really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
All of them are based on this written story, The Most Dangerous Game, where this big game hunter, rich man, had hunted and killed everything there is to hunt and kill in the world, and so he on his island he starts, he needs a mount for man. Yeah. And
how about when Leguizamo does that Asian impression when he's singing at the
with the roast duck
bonanza? Hi, when he's singing the song, the roast duck. I forgot about that, dude. Oh, I have to rewatch that movie with my boys.
We should. That's
oh my god.
That's
the Pest
what.
Is
that's
so
what
good.
we're gonna add. Maybe that's what we add on Patreon. Is for our Patreon viewers.
Old movie reviews.
Yes. Yes,
that's kind of good.
That's great.
We're
gonna watch the Pest. We're gonna break down the Pest and why it works.
Like it's 2021.
Like it's 2021, bud.
Okay,
I like it.
And we gotta get our gals into watching some of those dumb movies.
Oh, 100%.
Because that's what's just fun. Like I think Jen sat down and watched Heavyweights with me.
I love Heavyweights.
If you don't like Heavyweights, you can. There's
get
the door.
The fuck out of here.
There's the door. See ya. You ever seen one of these?
I have.
Have you seen one of these?
They haven't.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking, bud. Now we're getting a little freaky. You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Unless you're going to hit me with a day in history.
I will if you'd like.
Yeah, hit me with one.
Bungeon Property Group?
Yeah,
Bungeon
Property, yeah.
A Bungeon Property Group Day in History. They want you to know that on this day in history, 2003, China launched its first manned space mission. 2003. The Red Chinese sent a man to space. Shenzhou 1.
Really? That was just in 2003?
Yeah. And we're going to lose a data game to these guys? This is like Coach Pernchero coming in after Shamana was embarrassing us at halftime. This is exactly like that. Coach Pernchero comes in. Get him to look at all of the NASA scientists, and we said, you're going to let 2003 over here, 2003 in space, you're going to let them come into your house and mine all of their people's data first? That's who you're going to lose to 2003?
We didn't.
We had people on the moon in the 60s! 2003! And if that doesn't get those sons of bitches fired up, well, by God, nothing will.
Are you ready for your morning motivation? You can do anything.
Zoidberg again. Weird. Oh, fucking cramping.
You're cramping. In the chin again? In the chin? Under your chin? That is so weird.
It's a bad one.
Do you know what the Hadron Collider is? We landed on the moon July 20th, 1969.
It's my wife's birthday.
Really?
Yep.
1969, July 20th?
Just July 20th, but she liked it as 69.
You had sex with a girl. A real girl, dude.
Real sex
with
a real
you got to tell me about it after the show.
I will.
Researchers at Large Hadron Collider are confident to make contact with parallel universe in a matter of days. This came out October 10th. Okay, bud?
Okay.
The astoundingly complex...
Hold on. What's the date on this article?
October 10th.
They're running
5 days ago.
they're running the collider,
They're running the collider.
and they're gonna make contact with a universe that's running parallel to us.
They
Probably
think
have.
so.
They said in days. We're 5 days later. There's a good chance that right now we're existing within an observed parallel universe.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The astoundingly complex Large Hadron Collider, LHC, atom smasher is what they call it, at the CERN Center in Geneva, Switzerland, are fired up to its maximum energy levels ever, for the first time ever, in an endeavor to identify or perhaps generate tiny little black holes, Basil. If successful, a very new universe is going to be exposed, modifying completely not only the physics books, but the philosophy books as well. It is even probable that gravity from our own universe may transfer into this parallel universe. Researchers at the LHC say the experiment is assured to accentuate alarmist critics of the LHC, many of whom initially warned the high-energy particle collider would start the top of our universe with the making a part of its own. What is that even? That sentence doesn't make any sense, does it? High-energy particle collider would start the top of our universe with the making a part of its own. Who checked this, Science Nature? Who edited this? But am I brain hurt?
Sure to accentuate alarmist critics of the LHC, many of whom initially warned the high-energy particle collider would start the top of our universe with the making a part of its own. I'm not 100% sure.
Who wrote that? The machine? And he messed one up?
Dude, that's not like all that crazy. They have... I was seeing this thing. They have these AI plugins for your website that will type copy. They will write copy for you for SEO.
Yep.
That's a glitch. That's an AI glitch.
But
you are reading AI propaganda.
But up to now, it's either Facebook or AI. Whoever wants my propaganda, they can have it. Stays intact and securely outside the event horizon. No doubt the LHC has been astoundingly successful. First, researchers proved the existence of the Higgs boson God particle, a key building block of the cosmos. I didn't know. Did they prove that there? I thought they just theorized it.
I think they did. No,
okay.
I think they captured it.
And it's seemingly well on thanks to revealing dark matter, a previously untraceable theoretical prospect that's now believed to form up the foremost of matter within the universe. This person who wrote this is a nightmare. But next week's experimentation is reflected to be a game changer. Mir Faisal, one of every... Okay. I'm going to find an article that has the Hadron Collider and what happened since then. But are you worried about that at all? The Hadron Collider?
I'm not 100% convinced that the Hadron Collider didn't alter the course of our future pretty substantially.
They think if they do detect many black holes at this energy, we are going to know that both gravity's rainbow and additional dimensions are correct.
Okay.
Because gravity's still just a theory. It doesn't really prove what that is.
I mean... There have been weird things that have coincided with them capturing the Higgs boson. Like there's been with just the idea of what that thing is. Like, do I think that it's a good idea to make miniature black holes? I'm not so sure. But I'm also like you know, this thing that we talk about that's bigger than us. I'm like, I'm gonna go. Like, as good a time to go as any. It's like when everybody else has to go, I guess. You know, like whatever.
If I'm leaving,
everybody's coming with me.
Going with me.
Everybody's coming with me, bud. I'm not 100% sure that hasn't already taken place. So now, whether or not they're trying to prove it is another story altogether.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm scared.
You're scared of it? I mean,
no.
It's what can you? The idea of
takes two atoms and then
the idea of
smash them together
of a black hole being able to swallow stars and space, and like for it to be like just this vacuum that sucks out our physical what we're seeing, you know, our visual field. I can't think that that's like I don't think that you have a man-made thing that can contain that if you just kind of
like
collide
a
them
little
a little
Ghostbusters
too
trap.
hard. You don't have a Ghostbusters trap. You don't have an ethereal prison for the afterlife.
Wow, that's cool.
You don't have it, bud.
I don't.
You do not have it.
Don't tell me what I have or don't have. Okay, you don't
have
know,
a trap.
You don't know what I have. That's a fact.
Although
I'm
as
fascinated by
as a kid, I'll tell you this. You see how things are going with like the way that people react to government.
People react videos.
No, people.
We should do a react video to the government.
The way that people react to government action. Like I think back to Ghostbusters, and I think when the dude comes in from the EPA to shut it down.
No, sir, you don't understand.
Yeah, and
it's gonna
as
let
a
out
kid,
all the ghosts.
As a kid, I'm like, get a load of this fucking idiot.
He gets all gooped up with marshmallow at the end of the movie.
I'm like, get a load of this guy. He's gonna release
Robert Peck.
How does he not know that he's gonna release hellfire on the world if he shuts this up? This is me as a kid. Yo, Flatfoot! This dickhead in here thinks that he can turn off the ethereal ghost jail and not have problems in New York City. As a kid,
vibrates.
As a kid, I thought that guy was the biggest dumbass ever. I'm like, bud, listen to the doctors. Listen to the facts, my man. There are
Walter
ghosts in there.
Peck.
There are ghosts in there, bud.
Walter Peck was one of the world's biggest a-holes.
More punchable than Danny Diamonds.
Oof. I don't know about that. Yeah, see, no, I'd marry this guy.
Punchable than Danny Diamonds.
That actor was great.
He was.
William
Really
Atherton.
good. Everything he was in, he was great.
He always played kind of a jackwag, didn't he? He never played anybody like. He never played anybody of substance who was like, I'm a good guy.
Oh, what's his name? William Atherton? I don't know.
William Atherton. Oh, buddy, he's
got a lot.
been in-
Well, he was in everything.
He was Noah Faulkner in Biodome.
Yes, he was.
That was my dude.
Did
right
he have
there.
an extra nipple or something?
Huh?
Was there something where he like had an extra nip? What was his weird little thing that he was hiding?
Don't know. Die Hard. He was in Die Hard. I'll search that though. I'll search his extra.
I got it.
nipple.
I got
Yeah,
it.
Go ahead.
What was his name?
William Atherton.
No,
Atherton.
But Biodome. What was his name in Biodome?
Oh, gotcha. I don't know. Oh, his name in Noah Faulkner. Noah Faulkner. Yeah, what was his deal in that movie?
He was a weirdo.
They just said he had a third nipple when they were messing with the reporters. Right?
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I gotta watch Biodome again too. Joey Lauren Adams.
So
bud.
good. Oh, she didn't wear a bra ever. And I was like, what is this gal doing? Not
Her
wearing a bra?
voice.
Oh, she talks like
She doesn't talk like that.
That's like
You're not gonna ruin Joey Lauren Adams' voice, bud.
Oh, get out of the changing room, Batman. Hey, Amy.
It's not bad. This is
I'm
working
gonna
for me.
chase
Keep going.
you. I'm chasing you, Amy.
I've never seen that movie.
You ever seen Chasing Amy?
Is she Amy?
Yeah.
Well, then she wouldn't be chasing her. I sound like a complete asshole.
You know who's really the show in Chasing Amy is Jason Lee. He's great.
He's always great.
Jason Lee is always great.
Oh, he did a movie called Kush back in the day. Yep. He hasn't done anything.
I don't know. He doesn't
while.
have a.
In a while.
I thought for sure he had like just an extraneous nipple or something, but I'm having a hard time.
He was in an episode of Workaholics called The Meat Jerking Beef Boys.
That's a lot.
I like that name.
Biodome should have won an Oscar.
I agree. Oh, you're supposed to show me a text.
A what?
You're supposed to show me a text.
A what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You show it to me now?
I'll get you later.
Will it be funny?
Nope.
Will you show it to me now?
Will not be funny. It
Okay.
won't. It'll be pure disaster.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Now I want to see it.
I know.
Should I wait till after the show for you to show it to me? Is that correct? Or are you trying to handle like your actual work?
I'm
here,
not
too?
going to. This is what I do, bud.
God, you're such a
Man.
Well, I wouldn't go that
Just
far,
a
but
just
I'm
a
just saying.
ulcer-ridden man.
Yeah, like you do a lot of stuff. Good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
He gets here early and sets all the show up. I don't do anything. I get here at 7:02.
Well, it's not true.
I get here at 7:02.
You come in during the meditation
On a
and bang
good
around
day.
a little bit. I mean, that's not
Cough.
true.
Cough
a little bit.
I double check to see
It's
if
not
the
true you don't
camera's
do
on.
anything.
Did you hear about those rainforest divers, guys?
No, I did not. Tell me
Well,
about
they're
it.
not rainforest.
What is a
divers.
rainforest diver exactly?
Go back to your work. I'll figure this one out. The rainforest site had an article that made me feel good.
Okay.
Because 633 divers break up world record for largest ocean cleanup, bringing up more than 1.5 tons of trash. They eat trash.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
633 divers, 1.5 tons. I mean, that's only 3,000 pounds, but that's still a lot.
3,000 pounds trash, a lot of trash.
Yeah, well, waterlogged or dry?
Fair question. Fair question. Also, you know, if we're being honest here,
we are being honest.
Before we, you're each bringing up 5 pounds of trash. Or you want me to?
I immediately retract this story as
You want me
being
to
a good
jerk
one.
you off? Each one of you is grabbing 5 pounds of trash.
Well, 60 pounds of fishing line.
That's a lot of fishing line. That's a lot of fishing
I
line.
guess plastic weighs like nothing, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Weighs like nothing.
Yeah.
I could have plastic right here in my hand and you wouldn't even know it.
I
Well,
would,
you'd
'cause I
probably
would see it.
You'd see it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know it if I was blindfolded.
That's
And
fair.
neither would you if you were
Also
blindfolded.
true.
Those are facts, Jax.
I'll tell you what else is facts. Bungeon Property Group likes to let us know what happened on this day in history. And on this day in history, 1582.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
The Gregorian calendar was adopted in Italy, France, Spain, Portugal. Preceding 10 days
I run
before
on
they
the
adopted
Mayan.
it.
I still run on the Mayan.
The preceding 10 days, bud, after they adopted it, just erased. They didn't happen. If you made a kid in those 10 days, anything that was significantly accomplished did not happen.
What do you mean?
Didn't happen because those days were erased from time to make calendars match up.
What were they doing before that?
Probably the Julian calendar, if I had to guess.
Julius Caesar's?
Mm-hmm.
What was different?
That's actually, I think I actually watched a podcast on this once.
You watched the podcast?
I did. It was like I think it was maybe Neil deGrasse
I thought I had you.
on YouTube
Thought I had
or something.
Thought I had you.
And I actually think he explained it that this Gregorian monk realized that the way that it traveled 365 days a year didn't make sense because of the wobble, and so they had to add a leap day, which was like 366 days. I think I could be totally talking.
The
out of my
Julian
ass here.
calendar has two types of year: normal years of 365 days and leap years of 366 days. The difference in the average length of the year between Julian and Gregorian: Julian is 365.25 days. The Gregorian calendar is 365.2425 days, making Julian calendars 10.8 minutes longer. So are we using, which one are we using?
Gregorian.
It sounds like we're
Julian.
using the Julian, bud, because we do it every 4 years. The whole world probably uses the Gregorian.
We use the Gregorian because Pope Gregory introduced it in 1582.
Oh, thank God.
It's closer to our tropical year.
Well,
Okay.
you know what today's date is in the Julian calendar?
What is it?
2028-6.
20,286? That's what you're saying? That's a big number, man.
It just says that.
That can't be right.
That's the date as well. It says, what's today's date in Julian calendar? 20,286.
Okay, well, I mean,
20. How do you say that? 20.
I've never heard
286.
that. I don't know.
We should start going by that. Yeah?
Shouldn't be far-fetched to run some plastic grabbing boats, get that crap out of the ocean. I agree. To be fair, Steve set up the whole studio. Also true. Yeah, I'll come in and set up the show. I have no problem with that. I mean, when I heard it and looked into it, mind blown. I don't even know what that is in regards to, bud.
I didn't set up nothing.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
You set up all of this.
I did.
Yes, you did. Steve-O.
Show them this.
Okay. I don't know if they could read it from there. But I'm going to hold it up in the sky. They can't read it. I'll hold it right here.
Should I bring the bongos over here so people can see them?
Want to read that, bud?
Yeah.
If the words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness don't include the right to experiment with your own consciousness, then the Declaration of Independence isn't worth the hemp it was written on.
Thank you, sir.
That's Terrence McKenna impersonation.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty good one to boot.
Well, you see, the thing is about psychedelics.
That's actually a pretty good one. Thank you. Didn't realize how much Stuart Smalley's Terrence McKenna had in him. Or maybe that's just your natural lisp.
How dare you? How dare you bring it up? Want to really freak out? Look up. I'm looking at the Hebrew calendar. It's so weird you said that right now, that the Hebrew calendar came up when I'm all on this.
Well, that's because AI knows what you guys are going to do before.
That is weird.
I wish you guys...
What else does AI know? Do you know anything about what else AI knows? Or you?
Nah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah, this calendar looks weird. Don't like it. Different. It's different. Don't like it. You know, it's kind of the deal. Like when something's different, you're just like, ew. Why is that different? Hate it. You try double task, little thinky. I love looking in your eyes when you're like, yeah, Steve, just keep going here.
Tell him something.
Guys, today is the day. And then tomorrow is tomorrow. And the day before was the day before. Okay, guys? Like, that's just how it go. All right? We're trying to follow our dreams here. Okay? And I'm glad you guys are on board. I really am. I really am glad you guys are on board. I am. We're trying up here, okay? If you want to listen to us, listen on Periscope. You can.
Yeah, you can put it in the background.
You can download the Periscope app.
I just had a guy message me and say, hey, man, I can't find yesterday's episode on iTunes. He goes, I'm having a little Hoosier Sophisticate withdrawal.
What?
I'll show you the message, bud.
Download the podcast, okay? That or don't. There is a podcast.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think the podcast is funnier.
I agree. Miss said that she likes the
camera
visual element.
Yeah,
but me,
well, I bet looking at you all day.
I think of some of the stuff
that gets her all moist.
You know, I mean, I think coming here to hear how the AI is going to beat you to your thoughts is, you know,
the AI will never beat me to my thoughts.
I know lots. You shallow jizz trumpet. Ask me a question. I dare you.
Whoa. You called Ross a jizz trumpet? Is that what he said to Ross?
Yeah, I guess.
He hates Ross.
Well, Ross is a smart aleck.
He is a smart alecky guy.
Smart aleck.
I wish I would have known him as a kid, so I could have punched him right in his face.
Ross would have throttled you.
Are you kidding me?
Throttled you, bud.
Only if I let it happen to make him feel good about himself. They didn't call me the Tasmanian devil for nothing. It's mainly because I used to spit when I talked. So it's like my lisp.
Ross would have lost his entire fist in you. Steve.
You took the time to type that out?
No, not at all.
Alan, you took the time to type that out, you son of a bitch. How dare you? How dare you?
Ross is a refrigerator. Steve versus AI is the future.
I agree. The time is now. Leave it better than you found it.
Can you out-fuck it?
What?
The robot. No. I think you can. I think you got it in you.
You?
No.
You're
a wind-up toy, bud.
You're a fuck machine, dude.
You're a wind-up toy, bud.
That's not good, though.
I think you could go forever if we just keep winding you up.
Like those things with their feet move real fast.
Yeah, you've got the core that would make you
yeah.
be able to take on a machine.
Man, I saw.
It just works on hinges. You know, taking on a machine that just works on hinges, bud.
I walked by a job site last night at the old Bundern Property Group pizza party.
Mm-hmm.
And man, oh man, which I don't know who the pizza place was. I forget. It's my buddy Stevie Gleason. Bake fired pizza, something
fairly
fired.
new
Yeah.
deal, fairly new endeavor.
Blues Fire Pizza or something like that.
I think
something like that. They're great. I'm not shitting. Great. But I walk by this job site and I see a scaffolding set up with some brick on it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, oh man, what a life. The life of a hod carrier. He had all of his bricks all stacked
just
up.
ready to go.
But no, he didn't clean off the boards from the night before.
Okay.
That pissed me off.
What the hell?
So
You know what it's like to be a good hod carrier.
So I walked up there. Because you put your mortar on their mud boards, and then at the end of the day, I'm cleaning those babies off. So in the morning, I don't have to hit it with a hammer to get all the old crap off.
Yeah.
Because if you got a little booger in your soup, you don't like it. No one likes a booger.
No one likes a booger in their soup, bud.
So I go up there and there was a hammer sitting there, so I start hitting the boards and get just right back in the old swing of things, dude. You hit the board about 2 or 3 times, that piece of wood is pretty much clean again. But then you got to do some scraping. If you do it, put some water on it at the end of the day, you got yourself a nice, clean, nice, fresh board for the morning.
Right.
Then you dump a little water on there. Then the mud goes on there because you got to put water on it first. Otherwise, all the moisture.
You got a whole system.
The moisture from the mud will evaporate quicker into that dry piece of wood than if you got to let it down first. But not too much, because then you put it down and it splashes, and the masons are like, "Oh, you get me dirty! You get me dirty!" You're on a job site, butthead.
I'll tell you.
So I start hitting off the mud.
You at this job site?
I just didn't want to be at the party anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like once you get around a lot of people, you're like, "Oh God."
Yeah, I get it.
And they're
Everybody
like
wants a piece of me.
Yes, they're like, "Oh, make me laugh," and I'm like, "Fuck all of you." Right? So
enjoy your pizza.
No, they don't. It was good people.
Yeah, I'm messing with you.
So I'm hitting it, and I'm like, okay, got them all cleaned off. And
You actually clean your.
And I'm like, how do I teach this guy a lesson? Okay,
you're going exactly where I would have went.
So all of his boards are clean, mind you. It's scaffolding, so it's like these things are 7 foot high and built up, and then the brick. So all of these things are down on the first level. I go up to that top level, right? Hang myself right off the side. I needed to use the Johnny on the spot. I let a deucer go from about 8 foot high. Right on the mud board, bud. Right. So now, instead of hardened, he's going to go there tomorrow. Today, right now, this morning, he's going to go there, and instead of hardened mortar on the boards, it's going to be poop. Hardened poop on there.
That ought to help you sleep.
That ought to help you sleep.
I would have done the same thing.
Helped me sleep. Brian was there last night.
He's rocking on Periscope right now.
He's rocking on Periscope.
You can put it in the background.
He's rocking and rolling on Periscope right now.
You want John to sing a song? Nah.
Yeah,
you don't have a song in you. You don't have a song in you, sad man. You don't have a single damn song you ever heard, bud. Let alone.
Hold that. I'll hold these. All right, you're on drums this time.
Okay. What are we? This thing's legit. How's that?
We're gonna play Secret Starship.
I never heard that song.
Shut up. Oh, I still haven't gotten a pick here yet.
Hey guys, we like to play drums and sing for you.
You're not getting this anywhere else in St. Louis in the mornings. I guarantee it, bud. I guarantee it. Should we do it to him?
I'm so gone. I'm so gone.
That's just the words hit a little closer to home today, you know what I mean?
Anyone can see that I'm wasted. You cut through, but I just wanna know what's in your head. Write it on a piece of paper, honey. Ooh, put it in my coat before I go. Hidden in a place you know I will find it. Later when I'm sitting all alone. Let me in. Everything starts with your skin. So love's always finding me out. All my defenses come down. Oh, baby, baby, will you lay it all on me now? Lay it all on me now. Snow comes down, everything is new and different. I found you hidden in plain sight. Why'd it take so long? Write it on a piece of paper, honey. Put it in my coat before I go. Let me in. Everything starts with your skin. So new. Yeah, love's always finding me out. And all my defenses come down. No, baby, baby, will you lay it on me now? Lay it on me now.
Lay it all on me now, man. Fuck. Songs have new meanings when you sing them at different times, dude.
You think so?
Fucking
You know so.
Know so, dude.
Thanks for sharing that with us, bud.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks for sharing your gift with me, Steve. I felt like, just maybe. Just maybe,
Look at
bud.
you, muscles.
Just maybe, bud.
You muscle hands.
Oops. Look at me, bud. You ever seen one of those? Huh?
Oh, one of those?
You seen one of those, bud?
Only in the mirror every day. Oh, buddy.
Look, sometimes you wake up and it feels like the world's stepping on your ball sack, bud. And you get to learn how to transmute that pain into something productive. And hopefully, today, it was a little motivation. It was maybe laughing at your pain helped somebody else through theirs. That's what I always hope. Hopefully,
I hope no one
having
got joy
something
from
affect
this.
Me negatively. Hopefully, I can make it into a big cynical joke that just makes your day better. That's what I hope for. Listen, sometimes you get kicked in the nuts.
I didn't even get kicked in the nuts.
Well, tell you who you kicked in the nuts. Big Cannabis, you went.
I nailed him today.
You
Good.
got Big Cannabis today, bud.
I nailed him.
You were
today,
really
bud.
taking him to task, buddy.
You were good on the show too.
I'll tell you what was really great on the show was Bungeon Property Group's This Day in History.
It
Honestly,
always is.
some of my favorite content comes from what Bungeon Property Group gives to this show. And in 1924, Lee Iacocca, he was born. He's credited with saving Chrysler from extinction.
I was going to say Ford.
Boy, that
Chrysler.
one worked.
That one played out well.
Played out real good for you, bud.
Chrysler's still.
Yeah, they got like a van.
I got a Pacifica.
Yeah, they got a couple vans.
I have a van.
They're a van division. He saved it.
Van Division. Sounds like a cool name. Van Division.
Van Division?
Van Division.
How about
is our new name.
Devachka? I know this is a weird subject,
I
but
love them.
we had an experience down in the Grove where you got to like meet like a crush.
Shut up, dude.
I'm sorry, not a crush, but
Shut
someone you
up.
really admired as a musician.
Thank you. What if she's watching this, idiot?
Somehow you end up in you're having a conversation with her bass player.
Yeah, we were talking about weed.
It's
We were
always
outside
the bass
smoking
player.
weed. Yeah.
It's always the bass player. It's like, hey man, you know where I can get
some weed. I'm like, you came to the right fella. I had my medical marijuana shirt on.
Oh, very good. So then he's like, hey, yeah, the cellist or whatever. Is she cellist? Violinist? She's the string player.
She just said it tits and ass to me, bro. I'm sorry. I had to end the show on that. Come on. I had to. No, she's a extremely talented cellist. Didn't save it.
Viola, violin. God damn, you had a day, bud.
I had a day.
You had a day, bud. The guy says, hey, she's opening for this. She's got her own little side project from the Lumineers, and she is they're playing down at the what's the name of that place? Rock Bar? Rock
place.
Bar? Rock Bar? No.
Arm bar.
Something bar. Rehab.
No, it's like arm bar. It's something that's a bar. Foo bar.
Foo bar. There you go. Nice. Good play. So she's opening up for.
She's a world-class musician.
Devachka.
Jesus, Steve. Okay, guys. Like, we've never heard Bobby Badalong ever fucking talk like that.
He would. First off, dude.
Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from anyone.
Bobby ain't never called a girl to her face just nothing but a set of breasts and.
To her face.
A set of breasts and butts, dude. Like he.
Oh,
ain't
that's
done
how he's
that.
going to say breasts and butts now?
Dude. Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
Code
I'm
words,
sorry.
man. Trim.
She's actually
man.
just very
Snooch,
pretty. I
dude.
wouldn't even, she's.
Listen, she was great. We went there to see her. Her band was like, it's almost like a Broadway play and an album. It was a concept album. It was awesome.
It's cool. Rattlesnake.
What was the gal's name? Rattlesnake Kate? Rattlesnake Kate, maybe?
Yeah.
It was about, she was talking about how, run with it.
Rattlesnake Karen.
It was not Rattlesnake Karen. It was not Rattlesnake Karen.
Where she
tells
bites
this
managers.
awesome, like, Western homesteading story of this badass woman in Wyoming,
somewhere
fighting off the snakes. Her house was swarmed by a stampede.
You remembered
of rattlesnakes, and this gal fought them off.
Wow.
And that's what the concept of this whole album is.
I should have paid better
And it was
attention.
kind of you were a dreamy lead singer. It was a dreamy lead singer, but I get it. Like, you know, ooh, dream.
That's all I heard the whole night. That's all I heard.
I believe you can get me through the night. You're just staring at Tia Carrere up there, bud. You know, the song is playing. Let me stand next to your fire. You got Dreamweaver playing, bud.
God, so many parallels.
So many parallels. You are Wayne. You're
I'm
Wayne
Garth
Campbell.
at best. At best. No, I am kind of Garth.
Did you? Okay, fine. All right. You want
I'm
to be
Garth.
You can be Garth, bud.
I'm Garth.
You can be Garth.
Who will save your soul?
I like Jewel. I'm a big Jewel fan.
I got a story about Jewel.
You have a Jewel story?
Yes, I have a Jewel story. My stepfather, Randall.
Yes.
You know him.
I do know him.
He's
a master mason.
Heartless master mason. They used to actually call him the Heartless Bastard.
They did?
They called him the Heartless because he was the axe man. He'd come to the job site and be like, gone. When they saw him pull up on the job site, everybody was like, son of a bitch.
Who's Randall
Awesome.
Axon?
Awesome.
That's okay.
I always admired him for that. Never axed his love for me. And I never axed him for his love, so it worked pretty well. We're on a vacation. We rented a van. So I'm like laying on the floor, and my stepbrother's asleep. My stepsister and her friend are in the back sleeping. I am like waking up. My mom's out. It's like 3 a.m. You know, we had left at like 1 or whatever. So everybody's kind of tuckered out. I'm still kind of like the last remnants of kind of hanging on. This dude drives with zero sound. He's gonna do this out with just the thoughts in his head. He's gonna drive this cross country
from time to time.
Yeah, from time to time.
But this is just his baseline?
This is his deal, man. Actually, he'll listen to AM radio and stuff now.
Okay.
But then he's listening to like nothing. Finally turns on the radio, and I'm just listening. I remember the road, just a. I'm like, oh, it's kind of soothing.
Totally.
I'm like, but if we get into an accident, I'm screwed. He turns on the radio, and it's like talk or gospel or whatever. He's flipping through, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what this dude's gonna stop on. I don't know too much about him yet.
This is pretty early in your relationship.
Maybe a couple years into it.
Okay, but like,
yeah, I don't know him. I'm not trying to know him.
A couple years in.
Not trying to know him.
Fair enough. Proving a point.
These foolish games are breaking my heart.
That comes on the preset,
dial.
Yeah, the dial. And I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna move on from this.
He's
He's not
in the Jewel.
He just sits there, by God, cranks it up about 1 or 2 more. He thinks everyone's asleep. And I can see his head start to like move.
He's jamming.
He not
the-
jamming,
but he's
as
feeling
much as
it.
Randy can jam.
He's
to his-
vibing. He's feeling it.
Foolish games.
Of all the Jewel songs?
That's your choice, bud.
He got some shit, bud. He's got some shit he's working out.
So I get up and I'm like, foolish games, you asshole. Mom, wake up. Mom.
First time he shares some music.
Everyone. Your dad's such a pussy. Oh, man, he never forgave me for that. I sat in silence, and I was just like,
blown away.
We'll never talk about this. We'll never talk about this moment.
Yeah.
But each of us, I mean, I was laying on the floor going,
Yeah. See, I just set a bar for my kids early. Like, Dad, can we jam out?
You set up a bar for your kids?
I set up a bar, and I'm pouring cocktails. You know what I'm pouring? I'm pouring
Knowledge.
I'm pouring knowledge in the form of Ace of Base. Shot, I got a new life. You'd hardly recognize me. I'm so glad. How could a person like you bring me joy? That's what I'm pouring for.
That's
the
I
kids.
saw the sign, though. If you're a real Ace of Base
All
fan,
that she wants is another baby.
She's gone tomorrow. Then, I'll say it. That's the better tune.
I think I agree with you. It's a great little bass line. Both of them. I think both of them have a pretty solid little. Someone's taking it for a walk. It's a pretty great start. It's a pretty great start.
Come on, dude.
Okay, it's a pretty great start. I think we know. Okay, all right, I'm with it, Steve. It's the end, bud.
We know the Instagram song today.
That's what I was getting. I was gonna not say it, but yeah, we know.
Well, we do this on Instagram every day. You can check out our little jams after the show. Maybe we do a Jewel. Maybe we do 2 today. Maybe we do 2 Instagram posts today. I don't know.
How about the gravity well in the portal?
Howabunga?
How about the no?
I know.
No. I'm talking about the gravity well in the portal, not Howabunga. I would never say Howabunga.
I know. I'm just saying.
Ridiculous.
What's the gravity well?
On our Instagram, it was Santana and the gravity well.
Oh my God, that was nuts! It was called Sphere.
Check it out.
That was wild. The augmented reality on Instagram is blowing people's minds. What is it called? At Hoosier Sophisticate.
Yeah.
At Hoosier Sophisticate on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mycelial Media on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Twitter, it's
Hoosier_Sophisticate. Hoosier Sophisticate. Search Hoosier Sophisticate.
Search Hoosier Sophisticate, and then Facebook. You can find Craig, Steve, the gang, Sophisticated Hoosiers group, Hoosier Sophisticate business page. Follow them both, Popo.
If you like, Popo.
We're on Twitch.
We are. That's where the kids watch us.
Yeah, all the kids watch us.
That's where the kids watch us, man.
And that's it. Wait, are we on? And Periscope.
We're Periscope. You can put us on in the background. You can listen while you're at work. You don't have to have any of your apps open. Also, you can find us anywhere that you podcast. So,
whoa. What was that other Ace of Base song? How did that one go? I forget. You know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you
would think I do, but it went. I think it went something like. Hang on, give me a bass line.
Dun,
yeah.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. That's yeah. Cowabunga.